Welcome back to the Land of Oz. Just kidding, we're in your local movie theater parking lot.
Just kidding. We are not in your local movie theater parking lot.
We were.
And this is Mara and Gio, I believe in the past from when you're listening right now. We did just leave Wicked officially. Hopefully we're not lying to you and trying to act like we're doing this episode from the parking lot, because we're not. But we just have one sentence for you each. My sentence is going to be, what a finale. I don't know where we are in the episode, so I don't know. I don't want to reveal too much, but that's my sentence. What's yours?
I don't even have words. It was just incredible. Like, holy shit. The music, I was just telling G, like, as long as you're mine, they fucking killed it. No Good Deed was just, like, insane. My jaw was on the fucking floor.
It was grand. It's just as much of a spectacle as the first one, but so much more emotion, I would say, this time.
Yeah.
Because of where the story was at.
It got me. Like, I want to watch it again right now.
Yeah, I could totally give it a rewatch. Oh my gosh, yeah. But we will, don't worry, you'll get to hear more of our thoughts in just a second. But, alright, back to the show.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
I'm Mara.
And I'm Gio.
And we are fresh out the film.
The brand fresh out the film. We're not actively fresh out the film this time, but we are fresh out the film still, technically. That's my third time running that joke, and I haven't got any better any time I've done it.
No. Still not. Yeah, that was our third run of the intro, so sorry if there's a lack of energy
It's
there.
not going well. I mean, things are weird. Things are odd, you know? Things are aloof. Things are amiss. I've got a lot of synonyms. I could keep going with the synonyms if you want. But the reason they're askew, I don't know if that counts. But it's because we're not actually in the movie theater parking lot, as we might have mentioned. Although we were, you just heard that little recording of us getting out of the movie and actually getting to do true fresh out the film style. We could not stay in the parking lot. Parking lot closed. We had to get out of there. And
and we were tired.
And we're tired. Well, you know, we're committed, guys. Don't worry. We're committed to the podcast.
Well, I want to be honest. It wasn't like we could have moved the car
We were tired, but we were out.
if we wanted
It is
to.
currently 3 a.m. now. Afterwards, we got a couple hours of sleep, and now we're right back at it.
It's such a lie.
We are currently on a, what do you call this? A cruise? It's like a cruise, but it's kind of a smaller boat. You might hear some like seagulls in the background at points. Yeah, like a yacht excursion. That's what I was looking for. We have a lot of money, guys. So we're on a yacht currently. We're eating shrimp, and we got a couple hours of sleep, then went to our yacht for the episode.
Yep. We also have a cat on the yacht.
We do.
You
want
might
to say
hear
hi,
her
cat?
speak, but I don't think she's going to.
Oh!
Got her.
There's no way that picked up.
I don't think you heard it.
Oh, I hope it did. I'm gonna listen back for that.
I hope you did. She just made a little meow noise.
That was so cool. You should have brought the mic over.
I'm sorry. I didn't know if she was gonna do it or not.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
Amateur hour. All right. Well, Mara, the theater experience. I don't really remember it because it was so long ago. It was fine. I mean, it was good. Not that many people in the theater. Our row said J, but there was no J. It went H-I-K. And we were like, what the fuck?
But
So we sat in I.
no, it was just an unmarked row.
It was unmarked. I thought it went... Oh, so it was just J?
No, there were unmarked, but they weren't marked in the right order. I don't know. It was weird. I could be wrong.
Yeah, maybe we were just stupid and weren't looking at it in the right way.
I wasn't.
We sat in the right spot, though, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, couldn't quite find our seats. The audio this time, famously in our first Wicked episode, the audio, which actually our episode had in common, the audio in the theater was terrible. Our microphone audio for the first Wicked episode was also terrible. I would still recommend the episode. But, our audio in this theater was not bad. That's what I'm trying to say. Not bad at all.
Oh, yeah.
Loud.
It was very loud. It was good.
No little, like, fucking muffling sound. Like, there was just a little, like, static sound in the last theater.
Yeah, and we had a good amount of people in our theater. Lots of like families and kids that
Yep.
we saw there, which I'll talk about later, but is a no, I'll bring this up later. Never mind.
Oh, okay. All right, that was a good tease, actually. I'm looking forward to that. You've got me on the line, that's for sure.
Well, no, I can say it now, and then I'll just kind of go, bring it up more throughout the episode. But one of my main takeaways from this movie, which won't give anything away, is that the second act of Wicked was never meant to be PG whatsoever.
Mic drop. Holy shit.
And that I will bring up later. I
Really?
wanted to say it now because I don't know where else I would mention it, but there are some things that I will talk about. But I think it's very interesting. I think it's possible on the last episode, or at least I said it to you, G,
Yeah.
that I wonder if Wicked Part 2 is going to be PG-13.
Was it not?
No.
They're both PG.
Yeah.
Are we sure about this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
That's interesting. I mean, there's dark stuff for sure, and as a whole, it was darker. But did it really deserve a higher rating? Like, there was no, like, sex stuff?
Well,
or,
no.
like, blood?
I'm not saying that the movie should have had a higher rate. This form of the movie, that it should have been PG-13 going in. That they were stepping back from a lot and toning it down to make it more, like, child appropriate. When, like,
Yikes.
Wicked itself
So
is...
did they remove some stuff?
They just... I'll talk about it, the stuff that, like, I remember of it being, like, just a lot less, like, intense and sort of along those lines. But I think it's very interesting, and I'll talk about this a lot, but Wicked the musical itself, despite what people think, like, it's not a kid's musical. It's not a musical for kids. I feel like people think it is because of some of, like, those, like, I was gonna say those popular first act songs, haha, like, popular, obviously, and, like, Dancing Through Life, and all those sort of, like, fun things, but, like, Wicked the musical was, like, a watered-down version of the book Wicked, which is, like, very intense and graphic and, like, a lot. Like, it wasn't made for kids. It's not, like, a musical, like, Newsies or, like, any of, like, the Disney musicals that are made for kids. So it's very interesting that they have done these movies as PG. I completely understand why they did, because now they have a
Do you
bigger
think in,
audience
like, 10
of
years
people.
we'll get Wicked rated R?
I don't know.
It would be really cool, though, if there was, like, Wicked, you know, redoing those movies, like, every 15 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And we could just get, like, a different Alphaba and Glinda every year.
Yeah.
Like, or every movie. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be sick.
I would enjoy that. That's interesting. I didn't know. I can't even think of the places it would go. It already got pretty dark, to be completely honest. Darker than I thought. I never thought it was, like, a kid's show, necessarily. But I didn't think it was, like, a, you know, insanely adult show, either.
It's not necessarily like it's not like Rent or something like that, where it's like kids can't watch this. Like, I saw Wicked live when I was like 12 or something like that.
Jesus.
I believe.
Parents, plug your ears. Kids too, dude. This is not appropriate.
What?
12
But
years old.
still, it's not a musical that was made for kids, and I feel like Part 1 very much kind of gives off more of that vibe, which was why I was thinking, I'm like, oh, if they're splitting it up into 2, they could be doing this first movie. This is very, like, kid-friendly. Everyone can watch that. Then the second act, they do this, like, PG-13, R-rated. I knew they weren't going to do R,
Right.
but I was thinking maybe PG-13,
That'd be
a
cool.
little darker.
It definitely does feel darker, but I think that different rating would have taken it up a notch, you know? Those 2 movies feel incredibly different.
Yeah.
Like, the second one is just so much more grim. There's just the palettes are darker.
Yeah.
Everything the characters say, like, almost, it catches you off guard at points, I feel like, because it's just, like, very mean or very just, flippant, very direct about things. I don't know. Just,
Yeah.
using vile language very often in this movie. Scary stuff, dude.
Yeah,
But that's
it
why we're
is.
here, to hold your hand through it, dear listener. It's true.
Yes,
We wouldn't
dear
want you
listener.
to be scared.
Of course. We're here for you. All right. Well, I already kind of started what I was doing. That's my bad. But you saw it from the title, I'm sure. Today we watched. Well, we didn't watch it today. In theory, today we
Yeah.
watched Wicked for Good.
Wicked for good.
Yep.
Did we explain where we're actually recording this, by the way? Or do they still think we're on that yacht excursion?
We didn't, but we've moved
Okay,
on.
yeah, no, it's
Don't.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. I just want to make sure they know that we're on a yacht excursion.
Yep.
Not anywhere else.
Yep.
Good, good.
You see, remember that thing we said before the episode
What?
started?
About what?
When I start the breakdown thing.
Oh, just let you flow through it? Yeah, no.
I said the first. That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
Well, I had a thought popping on. It was pretty important.
Of course, yeah. This movie was, of course, directed by John M. Chu, starring Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, Jonathan Bailey, Ethan Slater, Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Yeoh. Those are all the ones I remember. That's all the main people, right? Did I
Yeah.
miss anyone?
You're missing Nessa Rose.
Oh, Marissa Bodie, I think is her name?
Damn!
I could be wrong.
Ding, ding, ding.
But she's an
You're
icon.
right
I
in
love
I
her.
wouldn't have got that close.
The budget for this movie was $150 million.
Smaller than the first one, isn't it?
That is what I did.
Wasn't the first one 200?
It's gonna be all the way back here in these notes.
Oh, God. A while to scroll.
But what were you gonna say?
No, you have to scroll for a while to be able to find it.
It's
I'm just very curious because the first one felt like a much larger scale. Like they just had, I guess you have like the castle, but I don't know. They had all the same kind of areas plus a little bit in the first movie.
the first
Yeah,
one was
shiz.
145 million.
It was smaller.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, I'm thinking like the flying
CGI,
monkeys and
yeah,
all the
there's also
animals
that.
a lot more in this one than the other.
I'll tell you, the first one's marketing budget was probably larger because I didn't hear a lot about this movie at all this time around.
Really?
Yeah. It was not getting to me, and the first time it was.
Huh. Interesting.
You
I
probably
can't
got
relate
a
because
lot,
it was
yeah.
everywhere
Yeah.
for me.
Well,
Yeah, you didn't even see the Michelle.
No, the Michelle Yeoh.
Wicked Witch.
Wicked to Wicked. Could you describe that for the people who don't? It's
Yeah,
very-
so it's Madame Morble, the MM,
Yep.
and you flip it around, and it's Wicked Witch.
Yep.
WMM, Wicked Witch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little hand signal. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Like you use your hands and you do the M's, and then you flip it around, and it's Wicked
Wicked
Witch.
Witch. Damn, that's badass as fuck, dude. Michelle Yeoh's an icon.
Amazing. Yeah, that's been her thing for this press run,
It's good.
and I love it. Opening weekend, this movie made.
Isn't this where I get to guess?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, the first one popped off by the end of it. It made like over 750 mil or something. So
Do you want to know
opening
how
weekend
much
of
the
this-
first one made opening weekend?
Sure. You have to scroll down again.
No, I remember.
Okay.
It was 160 something.
It already made 160 opening week. I'm gonna predict that this one did a little bit worse, against all odds. And I'm gonna go with 110 million.
No. 147 million.
It did better.
No, that's
Oh,
worse.
is it still? What was the first one?
160?
Oh, shit. Okay. Shit.
It did do worse. You were right about that.
I'm mistaken.
And now it stands at about 393 million.
So it's still killing at the
worldwide.
box office.
Yeah, and it's gonna be still doing well. For,
Dude, this is like gonna be the future of the movies for a little while. It's gonna be Broadway movies getting either made or remade into an actual movie and then releasing in theaters. Because if it makes money like this and people know it makes money like this, they're gonna be like, ooh. gonna
yeah,
take
it typically
advantage of
makes
this.
money like this, but it also takes a lot of money to make.
Gotta spend money to make money, son. That's what they say. That's what they said in film school.
That's very true. All right, this movie has a 3.6 out of 5 on Letterboxd, a 7 out of 10 on IMDb, and a 68% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yikes.
Interesting. I wonder if we'll uncover why during this episode. I didn't. 68%. What's so bad about it?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I don't agree.
I get a couple things. Nothing that I think could bring it that low.
But
we'll
when
see.
do I agree with the critics? Come on.
We've definitely fallen more and more out of alignment with these Rotten Tomatoes critics of late.
Yeah.
There's just no good ones anymore. You know? You heard me, Rotten Tomatoes, because
Yeah.
fucking make some good reviews. We need another.
Well, it's like I just
Siskel
don't
Niebuhr.
like how like being a movie critic like we are both in the belief of all movies are subjective.
Yeah, your reaction to all movies are subjective. Your interpretation.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's a harder thing because if you say all movies are subjective, that means I could make a 5-minute movie on my iPhone, and all based on your assumption, then okay, this is can be just as good as Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas.
Yes, it can. In someone else's eye, like it's because it's all based
There's
on.
objective
There is literally
techniques
no
that are like
movie.
all agreed upon that make movies better than others.
But that's the thing, there isn't. There is someone
Really?
that could believe
Ooh.
that a shot of just your ear for the entire film is the most greatest thing ever. Like, the best shot ever. That's the thing. There are no objective, like, this is good, this is bad. Everyone likes different things. It's the same thing of, like, beauty is in the eye of its beholder.
I think I agree. It's hard though because like,
It's so hard to argue with people who don't think that because they're like, well, no, this is objectively terrible. And I'm like, no, I think so too.
well, you can just never win that argument.
But
yeah.
like, I think so too. But literally anyone could like it. Like,
There's just like something that doesn't feel right that I could make a 5-minute movie and it could hold up against Martin Scorsese. We'll change it this time. Martin Scorsese's Mean Streets.
well, like my thing is always all movies are subjective, right? But I'm not going to trust someone's opinion on a movie based on like if they like a 5-minute film that you made on your iPhone over a Martin Scorsese film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't mean I think they're
Which is
that
why
doesn't mean I'm going to trust their opinion, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're wrong or I'm right.
this is why you can like I wish the way it worked out is you would just be able to look at these groups of critics and where they talk, and you would be able to align with them based on, like, if you just watch enough movies, then all of a sudden you all become the same because you all pick out the same objective techniques, which are better. But that since that doesn't happen, then some people are all over the freaking place, which reaffirms your thing again that it is just completely subjective. I mean, there's nothing to make it objective. I don't know. I think you'd be hard pressed to win that argument against somebody who disagrees. But I agree. I'm gonna stand with you. On
I
that.
can win that argument because it's literally just the fact of you can't like everyone has their own opinion and everyone sees things in their own way.
Right.
So there is no way you can say something objectively no one is going to like this, everyone will hate it because there is one person in the billions of people in the world that could like it, you know?
It's true. It's interesting because you could piss a lot of people off, man. Because if like
that's the thing. I can win that argument, but people just don't like to listen because they get mad. They're like, no, there's no way. It's not possible.
it's a tough argument to win, man. It's two different interpretations of reality, honestly, that lead you to these the way that you look at movies. So didn't expect that conversation to happen in the Wicked episode, but hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what I'm talking about. I'm going to use it 3 times this episode. That's Wicked. Just fear silence.
That was terrible.
Oh, boy.
All right, you have the stuff you wanted to talk about?
Oh, yes.
My foot is so asleep right now.
Already? Homie, we're like 5 minutes in. Careful, you're pulling the cord all over the place. This is why we should be in the car and not
I know.
stretched out on our beach chairs on top of a yacht right now. Oh, yes, I will take another Pina colada. Please. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot what they were called. I was distracted. All right. Controversy, right? I don't know. What are you doing over there? Thumper?
I'm trying to get my foot not asleep anymore.
All right.
Chill.
At the Singapore premiere of Wicked for Good, there's a man. Have you heard of this man? His name was Johnson Wen.
Yeah.
Have you heard of him?
Oh, I think I know what you're about to say.
He suddenly jumped the barricade and grabbed Ariana Grande on the red carpet. Before security could react, Cynthia Erivo steps in instantly, pulling him off and putting herself between him and Ariana. The moment went viral because Erivo didn't hesitate. She protected her co-star even before security could get there. One was arrested on the spot and later sentenced, but footage cemented the whole Cynthia guarding Ariana narrative that had already been building throughout the press tour. That's the thing. There's been this weird, like, protective energy that Cynthia's already had about Ariana Grande throughout press for Wicked, like 2 years in a row, where it's like she's like the like. I don't even know. It's like they're like best friends, and Cynthia's like the fucking. I don't know, like gonna protect Ariana. Like that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
She'll like just like hold on to her arm as Ariana's trying to say something difficult, or just like hug her and like look mean at like somebody asking him like a question that's not great or something.
It is.
Like all this stuff.
It's very funny to me to like see all of this like discourse about like Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande's like friendship and their relationship, because it's just like so clear to me that all the people that are like, this is weird and criticize it, it's like, you've never been around a theater kid in your life.
True,
like
very
that's
true.
just how they are.
I know so many people.
Theater
like that,
kids are all over each other. Like
very physical.
Yes.
Very.
Yes.
They emote a lot of different facial expressions.
Yeah, you know, you've been around a lot of theater
Like
kids.
there's that picture of Cynthia Erivo when she was protecting Ariana from Jonathan Wen. She's just got her arms around Ariana, and she's just like the biggest death glare you've ever seen. Right at the camera, pretty much. It is hilarious, dude. It's so great. So I don't know if that's really controversy. And Ariana was fine. Don't worry, guys. Johnson Wen this is his thing. He goes and does this to random.
He does that at like concerts and shit like that.
Weird
like,
dude.
He's just strange.
Yeah.
Like invading people's personal space.
Something truly bad, right there. First Wicked reference of the day. All right. Well, does that bring us to story time?
Yeah.
Yeah. What story are we reading today, Miss Mara?
What?
All right. Sorry. I'll get into the story. Obviously, we're doing Wicked. This is where we do want to put out a large. We haven't spoiled anything yet, right? Hopefully not. Spoiler warning with a capital S. From this moment on, we are in spoiler territory. So if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. If you don't want to see the movie, you're about to get it all spoiled.
Yes.
You have been warned. All right. Why do you look really mad right now?
I'm sorry, I'm just zoning out.
No, that's fine. It's not like we're doing anything stimulating, you know. The film.
Well, you're just going. All right.
The film opens and there's that beautiful black and white Universal logo, right? Universal, I think, that we saw. What?
Wait, I just thought of something.
Oh my god!
From the theater, when the movie started, there were people directly in front of us getting their snacks delivered. Yeah. And this fucking like teenage worker is standing right in front of us, blocking the entire screen. As this movie is opening, and we're like, fuck, move, please. So that is something I remembered about the theater experience. Right as you said that, I remembered my view.
It wasn't
blocked.
like there's no way to have smooth service in movie theaters, but it wasn't like smooth service either. It wasn't like, can I get anything else for you? Okay, good. It was like, was this your drink? No, that wasn't my drink. Okay, did anybody else have a drink here?
Yeah.
Then, oh wait, we didn't get our second pot. Okay, I'll grab that for you. And it's like it was a whole thing going on. It was fucked up, but it was fun. We didn't miss anything. It was literally like it opens the exact same way as the first movie, right? Right.
It does.
Like pretty much with the hat and everything. Don't we see that again?
Yeah.
That's not my story, but that's just my memory doing its thing. The film opens with the construction of the Yellow Brick Road years after. And was there ever a thing, an actual chyron that was showing years after?
I don't think so.
I don't think there was either, which really confused me for a second because, like, for half the movie was spent just figuring out how long has it actually been. And then I had to just, like, do math, because at first I was like, it's probably been a few months. And then it was like, wait, Fiero and Glinda are getting married? Never mind, it's probably been, like, a year.
It's been like 5 years.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It kind of needed Chiron.
Well, I think
Like,
I
I
can tell,
need-
just like, I mean, I don't know.
Or some clever dialogue in there.
I shouldn't say I could tell. I
been
knew
5 years since we
that
graduated,
there
and
was,
you
you know, a jump in time. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm not one to speak on that.
It took me a while to figure out that there was a time jump, and then how long it was. It kept like stretching. That was my experience. But this was years after Alphaba, played by Cynthia Erivo, defied the wizard and Madame Morrible and took off with the Grimmery, earning her reputation as the Wicked Witch of the West. The animals of Oz are being forced by the wizard's soldiers into labor to build the road, which is very sad. And then here comes Alphaba, swooping down in her beautiful black robes to free the animals and scare off the soldiers.
Yeah.
And really fuck them up, too, like hitting them, throwing them into bricks and stuff.
Yeah.
These yellow bricks are hefty. They're hefty bricks.
Yeah.
Hefty looking bricks. What?
No, they are. I agree.
It's all I was thinking about is because I saw an interview of somebody. I think it was Chu, the director, John M. Chu. But I believe he was talking about part of the reason that they split it into 2 parts is because they needed a break after Defying Gravity. Like, there's no way to just come, like, do something, have a scene after Defying Gravity. 'Cause
Yeah.
It just feels so flat compared to what you just saw,
Mhm.
which I agree. And so I was just imagining, like, imagine you went right from Defying Gravity of Alphaba just flying off, and it went to 5 years later, whatever it is. And then she just flies back in, and she's messing up these people building the Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah.
Would it have kept the same effect for Defying Gravity for you? Or would it have lost a little bit of its muster?
I mean, no. What I think they could have done is, if they wanted to do one movie, is just put an intermission in the middle of the movie. They could have done it after Defying Gravity, done the 10, the 15 minutes, whatever.
Well, you know, movie theaters don't like that.
Oh well.
Free refills on popcorn. They lose a lot of money on that. I don't know. I have no idea. It would be a 4-hour movie, though. It would be a 5-hour movie.
Well, yeah, if they were to keep everything that they did. I'm just saying,
That's why I'm glad.
like, don't use that as an excuse of why you're, like, extending all of it and making it so long. Like, when movies from, like, the beginning of time have put intermissions in there. Like, come on.
Didn't the original Wizard of Oz have an intermission?
Does it? Is it long enough for that? How long is that movie?
I don't know. I just feel like they all used to. Not that long, but I feel like they all used to. Our
Yeah,
most
but
recent watch.
Definitely movies from that time.
Yeah.
I don't think...
They
I don't
went to
think
color
Wizard of
and they
Oz.
went to no intermissions, man. What a revolutionary film that was. The people of Oz now live in fear of Alphaba, and this is where we get every day more wicked. You should get the songs out to help me out here, in case I
Okay.
miss anything. This is the fear of Alphaba is not helped by Morrible's propaganda against her. Yeah, Morrible is making up a bunch of shit about how I don't know, just all the bad things that Alphaba does, getting everybody scared of her. She also kind of messed up though, because she was probably, I don't know if she officially started it, but the rumor got in there that she can be killed by throwing water on her because she's so dirty or whatever. They're like, what? How does that even work?
Whoa!
Is that...
That's definitely not what
There was like a reason they tried to like justify it. I was like, oh, it's because she's not pure, so if you throw water on her...
Yes, it was something
Yeah.
like her soul not being
Exactly,
like
dirty. What do you want?
dirty is crazy.
I'm just saying. I'm just being honest.
No, you're so right, Gene.
Meanwhile, Glinda, who is not Galinda anymore, please correct me if I call her Galinda, is now Glinda, as Professor Dillerman would have said. Glinda. She's been promoted to working alongside the wizard and Madame Morrible. Yeah, she's like living life, dude. She's got a big old pink room and stuff. She's still got Epiphany and Shen Shen, who are her 2 little friends.
Yeah.
Little friends in there. Who they're like her lackeys, I guess. And Morrible invites Glinda to her office to show her a machine that produces bubbles so Glinda can float and gives the impression she is using magic to fly. It's a great one. We already saw it in the first one because we see her kick the little bubble on. So it's cool to see it explained. You know?
Right, of course.
There's a lot of these little nods.
And of course, that's from the original where she
Oh, she's in the... No, yeah, of course.
where
Yes,
she
yes.
flies down in the bubble, so it's fun to think of that. And also be like, oh, Glinda's also just faking her magic now. She's now become one of the people that just fakes it. Cool.
Which made me think the story was going to take a very different turn. And it kind of did. But seeing her being so happy with all that stuff, I thought it was going to be very much like, oh my god, Glinda's going to turn back bad. And she kind of does. And it kind of makes sense, but then it's kind of not consistent. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's promoted. Then there's a brief flashback that shows a young Glinda receiving like we're talking baby Glinda, not baby, like little girl Glinda.
Yes, child.
She receives a magic wand for her birthday, and all the kids were gathered to witness her produce something magical. Unfortunately, she has no magic capabilities, tries to produce something, all the kids see a rainbow and think she did it, and she kind of takes credit. And she expresses her sadness to her mother, but her mother like comforts her and basically just like, it doesn't matter because they like you.
Fell down again. You
Right?
think it's fine?
Was that the whole thing? I think. Speak.
Hello?
Yeah, you're look. You see my level? You see my level here?
Yeah.
You're like louder than me still.
Okay, sorry. I just can't see it when we're both talking at the same time. I get confused.
It is tough.
Sorry. I just want to make sure it wasn't messed up. Please continue.
But yeah, the reason was like, because they'll like you. But wasn't that why Glinda shouldn't be sad that she doesn't have magic? Oh, it doesn't matter. People like you.
Yeah.
Which is like, wow, okay, that's her entire... And we see what Glinda's childhood was like. It's all based off of people liking her is what needs to be the metric, you know, so that she can feel approval.
Right. Well, I think that's a very real thing for many people, that idea of just, it's like, you're just like a pretty face who can be there and be happy and smile, and you don't do anything. Like, you have nothing to do, you have no power, no capabilities. Just sit there and be pretty, and people will like you. But
that's a parent telling the kid that.
Yeah.
Not nice.
Crazy.
Glinda floats down to Munchkinland for the grand unveiling of Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. The Yellow Brick Road! Thank goodness, couldn't be happier. That's what this is called. We see Fiyero and his little fit, because he's captain of the Gale Force, which is like the
soldiers that are fighting,
Okay.
yeah, trying to hunt down Alphaba.
What's it called in Game of Thrones?
I've not seen Game of Thrones.
Oh my god, come on. Jamie Lannister's, and then fucking legendary people. It's like the knight something, the swordsman, the knightsman, the fucking Kingsman, no. Maybe. Sword King. Who the fuck knows?
Okay.
Yeah, she floats to, Jonathan Bailey is captain of the Gale Force, is surprised by both Glinda and Morrible when they announced that Glinda and Fiyero are getting engaged, and all the Aussians cheer.
Yeah, and Fiyero's like, what's going on?
Fiyero doesn't seem too happy about this. You can already tell. And they agree to put on a front for everyone else. They both privately they go behind their little float and they discuss their fears for Alphaba. You tell Fiyero is not into Glinda that much. You can he's just not like holding eye contact. He's not like really saying things that make you think he's in love. It's like Fiero's distant. He's a distant fella.
Yes.
A very short scene, but you can get that feeling very easily.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Glinda also seems to know that Fiyero is only going along with the engagement to make her happy and not because he reciprocates her feelings. I don't know if I agree, but she's definitely starting to sniff it out.
Mm-hmm.
After Glinda sets off the fireworks and smoke effects, Alphaba flies in and tries to write "Our wizard lies" in the clouds. But, I mean, she's going up against a fucking wizard who literally her only thing is being able to control the weather, and your move is to go write a message in the clouds. Come on now. Obviously, Morrible uses her own magic to manipulate the wording and write "Oz dies" to stoke more fear into the Aussians.
Yeah, a shame.
Like, what are you doing, though, Alphaba? Really? This is her only thing. She's handicapped anyway. You could literally take shots at the wizard any other way. Just don't make it use the weather. Just don't use the weather.
How else would she do it?
A freaking plane. Get a plane.
Okay.
Get a balloon.
Okay.
Get a balloon of your
You
own.
think she has those materials?
Here's what you do. Is you go fuck up the Yellow Brick Road a bunch, and then, like, on the ground where you fucked up the Yellow Brick Road, you just lay all the bricks out and say, fuck the wizard, or something like that.
But it's like not everyone's gonna be able to see that.
Some people will, some passerbys, and then they'll start getting talked about around town.
Some passer-
Yeah, and then you start doing more of them. They keep popping up these little messages, and they're like, "Who is this person who's unearthing the yellow brick road?" Because Alphabet, that's her yellow brick road. She came up. She said, "Try out the yellow."
Yeah.
Didn't she? In the first.
I
film?
don't know.
But yeah, we actually got to see the yellow brick road. We didn't get to follow it though. Didn't get to follow it.
No.
Fiero and his men, plus Chistry, which I wish I could say his name like Jeff Goldblum says his name. When Jeff Goldblum says Chistry, it just makes me smile. I don't know why. He just says it so funnily, dude. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
No, I know
Just-
exactly what you mean.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's just
Like it's so crisp.
it's so crisp. And just his little Jeff Goldblum way.
Yeah.
But Chistry and the flying monkeys chase Alphaba until they make it to the forest. Fiero tells his men that he doesn't see Alphaba, but you can tell he sees something. And she's dismayed to see that he is now hunting her too. She has a brief fantasy of herself with Glinda, Fiero, and Nessa Rose, which we never got to see. And Bach, actually. Bach was there too. Hanging out.
Which is interesting because everyone was wondering where that footage was going to come in because it was in the
Trailer
for the first Wicked. And then people were like, where is this scene? It must have been cut. Where did it go? So cool that we got to see
I
it.
would like that
in
scene because it definitely felt like this movie with the way they were like reminiscing on Shiz. It was like, wait, you were only at Shiz for like 45 minutes. And we
No, they were there for a bit.
An hour, maybe.
An hour? Enough time for them to like learn shit from Dr. Dillamond and then him
Once
to
they
be
go to the
taken
Oz
away.
Once they go to the Oz
and
Desk,
then
all
a
the shit stuff is
new-
done though. Because then it's just, and I just watched it because then the fucking
But-
note in the sky appears and it's like, that's it.
But there's what? No.
Yeah.
But they're still at Shiz.
Yeah, but there's no more scenes of like going to classes at Shiz or like, you know, hanging, like that type of scene, going and hanging out in the fields together or going fishing, finding mermaids, whatever the fuck goes on in that world.
Sure. But they are at Shiz.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I would have liked to have more time at Shiz.
No.
Because then we
I
could've,
understand what you're saying.
Because
now.
they were talking like it was the good old days at points, you know, where it's like, oh,
Mhm.
you remember fucking Fossil Ridge High School, and that's like us talking about that, our high school. I just
I
doxed
don't-
our high school.
Yeah,
But,
cut that. Jeez.
It doesn't, dude. They can get all the hate they want. I'm so happy to mention their name, but it's literally like us being like, oh, you remember Fossil? Such a good place. And then you think about it, you're like, I don't actually have that great of memories or that many there, but yeah, no, it was. So it's, you know, be easier if the memories were packed in for us.
Yeah, I guess. That makes sense.
Disagree?
No, I agree.
Huh?
I agree for sure.
Okay. Thank
You're
you.
right. I think that scene in specific, if we would have gotten it, like, where would it?
After the Wizard and I or something.
Well, they weren't. They weren't even friends. That the Wizard and
Oh,
I.
shit.
It would have to be like after Dancing Through Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is super long. But it would just be right after, before the note shows up.
Yeah. You do have to remember, Dancing Through Life is like an
10-minute song.
entire day.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And night, yeah, there's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
They had that whole, like, dance during dancing. I mean, but where they just dance and all the music goes away for a while and they're doing their little chicken thing.
Chicken thing.
Yeah, they do
yes.
that thing where they go like that. And that's one of their moves. They did it in this movie, too, where they're, like, smiling at each other and, like, looking like a little
No,
chicken.
I know what you're referring to. I've just
Yeah.
never heard it called the chicken
Is
thing.
it not? I thought that's what they're doing. Because it's like they have the, you know, whatever that red little hair is on the chicken with their hand.
Well, that
And then
would
they
be a
have this.
rooster.
What the hell else are they doing?
Chickens don't have the
What the hell else
the
are they
red.
doing this? You can't, obviously,
like a horse
the viewers can't see me. A horse?
or a unicorn.
Okay. Well, you go like this if it's you
Right.
you put your finger on your
But
head
maybe this is
facing
just
out.
a whimsical unicorn. They do all the fingers.
We'll go with that. Whimsical unicorn.
Sure.
But yeah, they're all spending time together, whatever. Then we go and see Big Pants, governor of Munchkin Land. Who else but Nessa Rose? That's what she's doing.
Yep.
After the passing of her and Elphaba's father, she has also made Bach her head guard. So yeah, Daddy's dead.
Yep.
It sounded bad. It sounded bad going on. But luckily, she's got Bach to keep her company. Bach, though, doesn't look happy. You can already tell he's not feeling it. He learns that Nessa's going to force animals in Oz to travel with only permits because of pressure from the other lawmakers. She defended herself saying that she doesn't want the Ozians to think she's like her sister as well. She's got that pressure. Bach decides to take his leave, and he's like, fuck this, I'm gonna leave. And then Nessa is like, no, you're not. And she makes a rule where it's like animals can't leave and munchkins can't leave. Because Bach learns at the train station that munchkins have had their travel rights revoked thanks to Nessa.
And there's like munchkin families that are like crying and like children that can't get out. It's sad. It's terrible.
It's pretty fucked up.
Fuck Nessa.
Yeah, the great munchkin tragedy. We learned about it in school. It's a sad moment. Munchkins getting separated from their families. I had an uncle munchkin that he's traveling out there for the holiday, and he's just trying to get back home to his family, and all of a sudden they put that up on the wall. And what was that?
I don't like this joke. Let's move on.
Hey, look. I know you don't like our Munchkin family members that much, but I think they're good people.
No. I don't like the waters that we're treading in right now.
Any waters. Your brain's the one taking it to any possible bad waters. I'm talking about Munchkin Land in Oz, a fantasy world. And I'm talking about our world and engaging with that fantasy world on a very small scale. With family members, family trees.
Okay, keep going. Let's move on.
All right. Alpha flies over the yellow brick road and sees that animals are escaping the land through a tunnel underneath the road. Apparently, this gets him to like a whole different, like fucking heaven or something. I don't know what this place is. This is like some Ozian lore that I'm not familiar with, but they can get out of Oz, like the land. I thought Oz was just like a separate Earth.
Well, it's like there is Oz, but like there's like nothing beyond Oz. Like it's all like the abyss beyond Oz.
Like a sandy abyss, a
yeah.
sandy and slightly purple abyss.
Well, no one really knows what the abyss is.
We see the abyss.
Well, no. I'm saying in general. I was gonna say people don't know what the abyss is, which is why everyone like stays in Oz. Could be another,
It's like whenever we watch Lord of the Rings, which we should do soon. Like Christmas isn't a great time to do it. We should. Like me and you knocking out 3 extended cuts in a day would just be an amazing day. You're gonna love those movies. But there's a place in the elves go, which is like the same thing. We never actually see it, but it's like this like land of light essentially, and so it's like people. I don't know enough about it, and I'm forgetting what it's called. I wanted to say Hylia, but I'm pretty sure that's The Legend of Zelda. I'm thinking, but it's basically that. Like it's either heaven or it's just like the unknown, but you like ascend there. And so definitely at the end of this movie, I felt like.
Well, no, no, it's not somewhere you ascend. It's still a place.
Well, you can go there, but it's like these unknown lands. That's like for elves, it's very spiritual, and that's definitely different. But it's still like this, like fucking. It's like a separate realm that you can't get into.
No.
Dude, this is like
No, I don't doubt I'm sure that's what it is in Lord of the Rings, but I'm saying in this context that's not what it is.
I understand what it is in this context.
Then why are you going on about how
Because I'm trying to make my comparison. It's just not spiritual, but that's literally what it is. Nobody knows what's there. And so they're literally saying like, all right, no, we're just gonna fucking go into this ball of light and see what happens. Right? That's what's happening.
Okay, but you understand in this movie that we're currently talking about.
Which movie are we talking about?
In Wicked, okay?
Yes.
Wicked for Good, to be specific. It is not like another realm, right? That's clear.
Wait, what?
It's not like another realm.
So you're telling me you just dig down and you get to like
No.
the core of the earth, which is...
It's not... What?
Yeah. They're digging through the yellow brick road to get out of Oz.
Hold on. Hold on.
You are flabbergasted.
Hold on. Because I'm trying to like, I want to just say, but I don't want to like say the entire ending of the movie in order to explain it to explain like what I'm trying to say.
That'll help me though. I'm thinking about it.
Of that they just it's a place. They're not like going into the core of the earth. It's just another world. Like it's in the same like if Oz is on like Earth, right? Then Oz is like I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. It's hard to say.
I don't think Oz is on Earth. I was under the impression that Oz is a completely different planet.
Well, no. Oz is not on Earth.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said that wrong.
Oz isn't even real.
But
Dorothy
if
got
Oz,
hit in the head and made all that shit up.
But
all
I'm
this
saying
shit isn't real.
Oz isn't like a planet itself. Oz is on a planet that has all of these, like, just unknown, like, deserted lands
Like
that
we
are
saw
around
in that,
Oz.
like Tim Burton
Not
movie.
inside of the planet of Oz.
Didn't we see some Tim Burton Wizard of Oz movie or something? There was Alice in Wonderland.
That was Alice in Wonderland.
But so you're telling, then why is that land not like, a desert next to a forest where you walk out of Oz and into that land? Why do you have to dig through the yellow brick road to get there?
Well, I'm not sure about the restrictions of getting out of Oz. Because it seems you are not allowed to get out of Oz.
That's definitely, yeah. That's what it seems like.
So it seems that the only way is to, like, dig a tunnel, get through, and then get to the other side.
Oh, so it's like they're going down to then, like, go out?
Yeah, to go under and then out. Like, they're not going down to get into the land inside.
It's just so extra. That seems like they're digging down to, like, a fucking portal or a different universe or, like, whatever. It's also, I don't like what they're saying with that, where it's like, all right, here's this unknown world that we're going to. We're going to dig down to get there. It's not hell, though, guys. Don't worry. This is a happy place. I don't like it. Just make them walk. Just make them be going on a walk.
Well, but how do they get out if it's all, like...
Is it fenced in?
Obviously, the wizard isn't just going to, like, let all of the animals leave Oz.
Well, I mean, he's not doing a great job already. I'm just saying. They're getting out in a odd way.
Well, I'm just saying,
you could walk.
But that's the thing, is if they weren't digging their way out, then there is this whole other layer that you have to add of, like, the wizard trying to keep all of the animals within Oz, and, like, you have to see, like, the big gates and, like, all of the things that are surprised. Like, that's probably the easiest way to, like, escape without giving a bunch of extra context.
It's a lot of work you're doing as the viewer there, but that is truth.
It's a lot of work you're doing?
Yeah, because I thought initially, like, look, symbolically, all the animals digging down to get out of Oz is a little bit like they're taking their own lives. Like, that was kind of the impression that it was given off to me.
You weren't thinking, like, no, that's a silly thing to say.
Well, now I want to hear it. Very badly.
Never mind. I don't know. I
thought it had a negative thing to it initially, for whatever reason.
I failed to understand how you made that leap of them digging their way to hell.
I didn't. I wasn't, like, actually saying that, but I was like, oh, it's a little bit of commentary. Okay, I'll take this. Because, like, there's reasons to why everything happens, in a director's mind. And if they are digging down to get out, like, that's probably in the show. And there's, like, a whole thing where there's, like, yellow bricks everywhere, and they're all, like, moving off stage through the bricks or something. And then that's how they get out. And that's
No.
No?
No.
Well, then how does it work in the show?
Well, that isn't really, like, a big... They're not showing that in the show.
When all the animals are leaving, that conversation with Nessa Bear? Nope. Dulcie Bear doesn't happen?
Dulcie Bear does not exist in the stage version.
What?
Yeah, no.
You fucking
It's a lot less... The real only, like, big animal that we're typically talking to is Dr. Dillamond. And they do have the line before something bad where all of, like, they're talking about escaping Oz.
Okay.
So there is that, but they're not showing anyone escaping Oz.
Something bad is happening in Oz, I can tell you that much.
Something bad. Something truly bad.
Well,
Oh, hey!
Oh, is the cat there?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I didn't see her.
Well, yeah, we'll talk more about that place later, because we do go back there at the very end of the movie. Right? But,
yes.
As they're all leaving, among these animals is Dulcie Bear, who we just mentioned, Alphaba's mom, who's not in the show, apparently. She feels that it is no longer safe for animals in Oz, and Alphaba's trying to convince them all and be like, let's fight! There's no place like home. Which is funny because of the whole Dorothy thing. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. But they're interrupted by a lion who seems a little skittish. That, of course, is the Cowardly Lion. Alpha recognizes he's the cub from that Hera and Fiera freed from the classroom so many years ago. Which then was like, oh, shit. Fucking, how many years has it been? I'm like, how fast do lions grow? Right. I was really confused. Because I did not... That really put it in perspective how many years has it been.
And do you know who voiced the Cowardly Lion?
Of course I do. Coleman Domingo.
Yes. Yes! My king, my favorite, one
wondered
of my
why-
favorite actors
I
of all
wonder why he was
time.
in the ads for Wicked, and I was like, what is Coleman Domingo?
I know, they
doing
announced it,
here?
I was like, fuck yeah, I love Cole, and he had like 2 lines, it's like, alright, I'll take it.
He did great.
I like that he was there.
He was a fan favorite. Honestly, he had more character than most of than Dorothy. Like any of the other
Yeah.
core 4 that weren't there in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Not to spoil anything. But yeah, it's the fucking Lion Cup, and I'm going crazy. I'm throwing my hands in, I'm looking around at everybody, and everybody's just not reacting. They're just like sitting there being like, "Yep,
Everyone
Crown the
knows
Lion."
this is about to happen, probably.
We didn't make that obvious. This is why I had to make it obvious in the last episode. I knew we were going to forget, but I hadn't ever heard the music to part 2 and knew what happened in part 2, so I went in completely blind. This was my first experience with the story and music.
Yeah. And it's still crazy to me. It's still, we'll talk about it when we get there, but
What?
like some of these, like the lyrics that were given, it's like you didn't pick up on
Listening
that.
to it now on the way over, it feels bad. On the way over my yacht, when I was coming over to your yacht. To
Yeah.
film this.
Yeah.
The lion makes the other animals believe that Alphaba snatched him from the only home he ever knew, and she's as bad as everybody thinks. What a fucking idiot, that lion.
And
I
it's
always knew he was an idiot, but
Dumbass. You were in a cage and you were like shaking and like scared.
you were terrified. What? Just
Yeah,
because
you were
a little
scared
more
in the
terrified in the middle of
cage.
the forest with no parents and a bunch of predators around?
You'd rather be in a cage?
I might.
No, I would much rather be in the forest. Lost in the forest than in a cage. Stuck with some Aussian troops? I don't know. Gross.
Would you rather be stuck in your parents' home or out in the world? I'd rather be stuck in my parents' home, man. Just saying. Even if I can't speak. Yeah, so the animals continue heading under the tunnel, even as Alphaba tries to convince them otherwise.
Yep.
Alphaba then goes to visit Nessa. Yay, Nessa. Who still wants nothing to do with her sister and also hates her because she didn't go to her father's funeral, which is like, yeah, it's a little fucked up, Alphaba. Like, yeah, I know you didn't like the dad, but for your sister, you're like, that's the only, you should, because your sister doesn't have anybody to support her there. Like, you gotta.
Well, you know, I think she might have a lot on her fucking plate just trying to protect all of the animals. You know?
Who cares though? If
She spent Alphaba. Okay, I'm gonna ride on this one. Alphaba has spent her entire fucking life watching out and protecting her sister, just for her sister to be like, "Leave me alone. Why are you always around? I don't like being. You're a freak. Don't be around me." That's how she's like the entire first movie, in nicer words,
Yeah,
but like
bro, 'cause she can't
that's her
fucking
entire
shit
vibe.
up.
And now she's
Dude,
like,
first day Nessa Rose gets to school, all of a sudden she's floating in the air, flying around because Alphaba can't control her fucking emotions.
yeah, no, that's valid. So she told Alphaba not to be around her, and now she's not there. She's busy fucking.
But when a family
Taking
member
care of
dies,
Oz.
that's totally different.
It's her dad that was an asshole to her. Why would she care?
Nessa doesn't have anybody to support her. Nessa has Bach.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking noob. Bach can't handle shit. Bach
Nessa-
has been an untrustworthy guy this whole time. Bach doesn't actually have that much character looking back over the whole thing. But I love Bach, and I'm talking bad about him. I want to stop.
It's great. I wouldn't go to his funeral
If I had an
anyway.
estranged
Also,
father,
how is she supposed to go to his funeral when she's being hunted by literally everyone?
fuck, that's a good point. Wait a minute. Yeah, what are you talking? Well, then why didn't Alphaba say that? That's what she should say. Like, homie, he's the governor. Fucking all of the ops are there. All the
Yeah.
guard. Or
And it's
whatever.
her dad. They're obviously going to be looking.
That's so
for
true.
her
Yeah,
there.
no, don't know what I'm on about.
Yeah, what do you want?
But she should have went to support her sister. So, like this little visit, the fact that this can happen so casually, that was
But a funeral
kind
is
of
like
the weird thing
a
about.
funeral for a governor is going to be a public place.
We had this happen kind of recently, but I don't remember what movie it was where the cops were just like non-existent, but like these monkeys and
Caught
whoever else were,
stealing?
like caught stealing.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Dude, there's just like no ops. Alphaba's just casually flying everywhere. She just like flies into Oz to Glinda's door. Nobody sees her. She flies
Yeah.
to the governor's house, who's her sister. Nobody watching.
Well,
Like
but-
guys, that's where I'm planting my first people. Keep people by Glinda at all times. What we're
Yeah.
looking for. Keep people by her family.
But also,
Bada bing, bada bing, bada
but
bing.
also, what are they gonna do? Like, she's the most
Stop her.
powerful.
Kill the witch.
Right, they tried that before. Remember how it didn't
Well,
work?
they're trying to track her at least, so it's like, all right, well, we gotta find her, and then we try to shoot her, and then it didn't work, and then we're like, okay,
They
we know.
just seem like they have no plan, and there's like
Yeah.
no way to defeat her just because she's more
They all
powerful than
suck.
everyone.
The only thing they have is propaganda. And
No,
they are,
literally.
Yeah, they are using
That
it.
is all.
Yeah, so even the father never cared for Alphaba, but Alphaba tries to ask Nessa to help the animals, but Nessa wants Alphaba to help first. She wants things to be like how it was when they were at school together, which is like what, when you didn't like her? What are you talking about? All those good times at school, I guess they needed to happen even more for this reason, because we didn't have time for Nessa Rose and Alphaba to actually like develop their relationship. Like, this didn't feel genuine from, it didn't give me those flush of memories of, like, oh my god, Nessa Rose, you're so right, you guys were so close. God, I missed that.
This is something that I will say, because thinking back to the musical, obviously, in the musical version, they don't do any, like, oh, here's them all having fun at school, because it's like a musical and it's a stage show. So, the main basis for their friendship and their relationship, at Shiz at least, would be Dancing Through Life, that whole ending part where
Yeah.
Glinda steps up, starts dancing with her, as well as One Short Day. So it feels like Mr. John M. Chu.
Nessa Rose in One Short Day?
No, Glinda and Alphaba.
Oh, you're
is
talking
what I'm
about
saying.
Glinda now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sorry, Nessa, Glinda, and Alphaba in Dancing Through Life, and Glinda and Alphaba in One Short Day really shows those relationships. But because it's a movie, it's possible the director just felt like, we don't need any more of that because everyone gets the friendship from the stage version. But I do think when it's a movie, people who are movie watchers and not typical, like, musical, like, we need that extra context. Like,
and they succeeded in what because they also had to really make us care for Alpha and Glinda's relationship, which I think they did to the best of their ability possible. Like, I was very much cheering for those two. And how they came together and everything was supernatural. They spent plenty of time together. They had so many songs together. So that was easy. But yeah, there wasn't as much focus on the other people and how they were involved in that kind of friendship.
Right. But I think Dancing Through Life is really, like, the only song we get to see the relationships at Shiz, whether it's Alphaba and Glinda, or Bach and Glinda, or Bach and Nessa, or Fiero, like, whoever it is, we see all of that. And it seems like because we have that song and everyone knows that that's a great song and it worked for the stage show to show all of those relationships, that he probably thought we don't need more for the movie when we have that entire 10-minute
But he
song.
did film those scenes, so he had something.
He did have something. He had an idea.
Who knows
which is
what
great.
else was caught? But yeah, good job, Chu. Good job.
That's my thought, anyway.
Alphaba tries to ask Nessa to help the animals, but Nessa wants Alphaba to help her. Sorry, she wants to. Alphaba uses the Grimoire to enchant Nessa's shoes, and they turned red for a second. I was like, oh my god, the red ruby slipper, or shoes, or whatever. But then they turned back to silver.
Oh yeah, I thought I told you that in the first one. There, in Wicked canon, the shoes are not red ruby slippers. That's why they have a little cameo in Popular. They have, like, the actual red ruby slippers, but those aren't actually the shoes.
Wait, so was it just when they colorized it? They made the shoes red? Or? Wow.
Well, I mean, obviously, Wizard of Oz became before Wicked.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I know that.
So it's not that the shoes changed, but in the book version of Wicked, they're not red ruby slippers.
Oh. So Steven Schwartz changed it.
Well, Steven Schwartz did not write the book.
Who's the guy who wrote the book?
It's
Sorry, Steven Schwartz wrote the show?
He wrote the music. Yes,
Who's the guy who wrote the book?
I have it. Hold on.
I know his name. Jonathan M. Chu.
The director? It's
Bridger Moore.
Gregory Maguire.
Gregory Maguire. So he's the one who made him silver?
He's the one that wrote the Wicked book in which the shoes are silver.
Why? Why are they silver?
There's some reason in which I don't remember.
Could you do a little research? I'm actually so curious why they would do that.
I can, but can we keep going and figure that out later for you?
No, yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Don't worry. Let's take a pause and go radio silent as you do some research for like 10 minutes, and then I'll continue. You don't like that one? All right. Yeah, the ruby shoes. it turns him ruby and gives her the ability to fly, and she's like floating around and shit. She's like, whoa! And then Bach returns after learning of Glinda and Fiero's engagement, thinking that Nessa is now fine without him. This is where basically Nessa's like, oh, I don't know what I would do without you, Bach. And then Bach's like, yep, well, I don't really like you anymore, Nessa. And that's really what happens. Bach confesses his true feelings. Tells her that he loves Glinda.
Mm-hmm.
And Nessa's pretty pissed. She's pretty angered. And she tries to use the Grimoire to produce a spell that would make Bach's heart belong to her. It's like Nessa turned into more of a witch than Alphaba ever was in this very moment. It's like, whoa, holy shit, okay, you don't know how to use that. Never seen you be magical, and whoa, why are you messing with hearts? Especially if you know anything about the Grimoire, that's not smart.
No.
However, yeah, this causes his heart to start to disappear from within him. And this causes me to go, what the fuck? Because as I'm realizing he's about to lose his heart, the results that are left is Bach's transformation. That's the only thing that could happen. So Alphaba comes in and tries to help out Bach save his life by turning him into...
Oh, did you want me to say it? The Tin Man.
The Tin Man. Turning into the Tin Man. Boom, boom, bang. And that's where I had my second holy shit of the show.
And I must say,
Nuts.
he looked was like whatever the makeup team that did like the his face. It looked absolutely incredible.
The whole costume.
So
too.
good.
Did you see the legs? I don't even know how they do that still. Probably just like green pants or something. But it was literally like wide leg part on the bottom, and then for the knees, it was just small latches the size of like your finger.
Yep.
So like you literally, it couldn't even be a costume. It was like some sort of special effects. It was so cool looking. And I was just like going crazy because like, bro, this is dark as fuck. Like, I don't like Bach just got cooked in a span of like 5 minutes. He's not like his relationship. Wanted to go see the coronation or see Glinda get married. Tell Glinda how he feels or whatever.
Yeah.
Then he couldn't get out of his home because his girlfriend just fucking made that rule. And then when he goes back to his girlfriend to complain, she's like, doesn't understand why he wants to leave her. It's kind of crazy. And then she just, like, makes his heart shrink. He's torturing, he's screaming and shit. His heart's fucking shrinking, his blood's pumping slower and slower. And the next time you see him, he's made out of tin. He's pissed.
Yeah.
And he has a right to be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bach has been through it, man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, but also, I don't feel too bad for Bach because it's like he is a terrible person. Like, he asked out Nessa because Glinda told him to, and then just stayed with her through all of this time while being in love with Glinda. Like, he could have broken off so many times, but he had to be, like, the nice guy and, like, still be kind to her, and now look what happened. So he's really, one of the ones, I don't feel bad for him, sorry. He fucked her over. Like, I feel worse for Nessa than I do for him.
I gotta unpack that. Because I feel bad for both of them, for sure. But what Bach was doing was kind of a nightly thing to do. Because he wasn't... Like, think about what happened in the first movie. Like, how he first got with Nessa Rose was very unnatural and just like, yep, I'm doing it for Glinda. But then, at the Ozdust, here comes Bach right about to say, you know what, I'm in love with Glinda. He looks at Glinda, and Glinda's in love with another person. Immediately, Bach's like, you know what? I thought, in my mind, I'm not going to be in love with Glinda anymore. And so, like, yeah, because he does this thing. He's literally like, because...
What? No, that is the perfect opportunity to be like,
so beautiful.
He's looking over. He's fucking jealous. He's like, guess I can't get Glinda now. You're beautiful, I guess. Now I have this. Like,
that didn't feel genuine?
No. Be
look
so
at
for
how
real.
He delivered that line.
Well, look at how in love he was with Glinda to the point where he's gonna leave Nessa for her. Look, I can't.
Still,
I'm not gonna completely support Nessa in all of her wrongdoings as governor, but
if those feelings don't leave for... That's the thing. I didn't know it was 5 years. If those feelings don't leave for 5 years and you still haven't done anything about it, That's a little
And that was
crazy.
not a genuine, you're beautiful. That was a, oh no, Glinda's with someone, I can't get with Glinda, fine. Here's my second choice here that Glinda told me to ask out. I guess I'll be nice to her. I was gonna tell her and then go dance with Glinda, but since Glinda, like, if
So
Glinda,
what, right there, he should
if
say,
Glinda,
I'm in love with Glinda, just walk away?
yeah, he'd be like,
Then-
I'm so sorry, I'm in love. Then she wouldn't be stringing her along for 5 years.
He wouldn't have
Come
kept her.
on.
He wouldn't have kept her if he didn't like her a little bit, Nessa Rose, because Glinda still wasn't like pressuring him.
But Gio, in that moment, he looks over, Glinda standing there by herself.
Yeah.
Is he still gonna turn back and say, because you are so beautiful? No, he's not. He's gonna say, peace out, I'm going for Glinda.
Which would have been better. I feel like
Well, at least
there could have been a
he's
whole
a
different
terrible
life for
person
Bach.
either
I don't
way.
think
He
he's a
should
terrible
have
person. I think he made some bad decisions.
he should have never
But
asked
then he
someone
got
out.
seriously fucked.
He
for
should have
it.
never asked someone out just because of like pity and because the girl he liked told her to ask him. Like, that's so stupid. I hate
Do
Bach.
you remember how
I'm
I
so
reacted
against
to
him.
that whole scene? Like, I thought it made me so happy because nobody was looking at Nessa. Nobody, she wouldn't have went to the fucking Ozfest if it wasn't for Bach. And then it was this awesome moment of Bach actually going to do it and Nessa being so happy. Like, she was so happy when Bach takes her to the ball and continues to tell her she's beautiful and all that stuff. And it
So
made me
see how
cry.
fucked up he
It made
is?
me so happy.
So
And-
see how he makes me so mad
But-
because of that
no,
reason?
but I thought Bach could have grown. So then when that moment happened, I read it as, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, Bach's finally like, okay, I'm not going to get Glinda. I need to look elsewhere. I need to, be appreciative of what I've had. Oh my God, I have Nessa,
But that's a terrible thought to be like, I can't get this. I guess
no.
I have to be appreciative.
If
No
I'm dating
girl wants to
somebody-
be, I guess I should be appreciative of what I have.
It's not. It's like, oh, that is a better feeling than just pushing that. Because if I'm in love with somebody, right, but I can't have that person and I want to get in a relationship with somebody else, those are going to be contradictory feelings that I have to fight. Like, that's a very big thing where you have to sit there and go, I know I want this other person. I've had this one person who's been in my mind for a long time and I can't quite get her out. I don't want to tell this other person that because it would fuck everything up. I want to fight those thoughts and see this person in a good enough light to where I can be with that person and not the other. Like, that's huge.
I mean, I think if you're in love with someone else, you shouldn't be looking for someone to date.
Because
Like,
I'm in love with somebody else, I can't even look for any.
no,
that's
but if
just-
you find someone else, you shouldn't. If you find the person you're actually supposed to be with, it wouldn't be, I need to still be pushing these thoughts out of this girl I'm in love with. It would be, now I'm so in love with this person, I'm not even thinking about this person.
That's just not true.
No.
Dude, you have to understand. My life experience, people around me, this happens. This thing where in love with somebody, can't get them out of their head, and then somebody else walks in, and you have to fight those feelings. It's not an immediate. In a perfect world, for this person I'm thinking of, it would work exactly like that. Where that person walks in, it's like, boom, gone, this is it. But that's not how, like, all relationships come to fruition. A lot of them take time. So when this person initially gets with their partner now, they have to fight the feeling of the other person for a long time to then actually be able to be in love with what they have. Like, that's
Then I feel really bad for that other person in that scenario. That's
no,
terrible.
You got, but like,
that's terrible for them.
have to
That
have-
is awful
have
to be
empathy
with
for
someone that
both
is in love
parties.
with
You
someone
can't-
else.
You have to have empathy for both parties. You cannot control who you're in love with. You cannot do it.
No, you can't, but you shouldn't be putting someone else in a position of being like a second choice
But
or
it's
something else.
unfair to yourself.
If there is any doubt that if there's someone that you're in love with and you get this new girl, this new boy, whatever, and this new person, and if there is any doubt that if that other person that you're in love with says, I'm in love with you, break up with your girlfriend, we're getting married, we'll be together, and you would say
Okay.
yes, you shouldn't be with
Well,
them.
that's a very different thing.
That's what I'm saying. You
we
can't
don't
be.
have enough about
that is
Bach.
that is what is Bach is in this
But
scenario.
no,
Is
no,
what
no.
I'm saying.
We don't. That's your reading. In my reading, and it was correct with how it played out. But
and it was right.
It was right. But my reading from the first movie had it just so different because of that. Because my life experience of how that goes down with people, I thought that was his path. Because a whole different storyline with him could have been that was the tipping point, seeing that of how he's no longer in love with Glinda and he starts being this really good person for Nessa. And then 5 years later, him and Nessa are happily married and she doesn't die under a house.
But I would still be pissed about that.
What?
Yeah, no, because you shouldn't. This is such a stupid conversation to be having, but that is a terrible position for people to be in.
It's genuinely might be the most important conversation that's ever happened on the pod. Because these are things that I can relate to. If I was in love with somebody, right, and I couldn't get them out of my head, and they've just been there for years and years and years, should I not look for anybody else because of that? Should I just fucking figure my shit out? Sit down, Gio, and get that person out before you go looking for anything else.
Yes.
What?
Before you're looking for a serious relationship?
What?
Yes. No, that is unfair to that person that you'd be getting into a relationship with, because that could be a person you want to be in a relationship with, but you're not ready for a relationship with another person if you're already in love with someone. That is the facts.
You can't control who you love. So
No.
if you love somebody who you can't get, you have to take it upon yourself to stop loving that
to
person.
figure out shit for yourself.
Why can't you love multiple people?
Because it would be unfair to be in a relationship with someone in love with someone else.
If I had a high school sweetheart, right, who we were like,
I'm not saying you can't have love in your heart for someone.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you are in love with a person, you cannot be in a different relationship and fully give yourself to that person still being in love with someone else.
So you're supposed to just not date.
You are supposed to figure your shit out. And I'm saying not date. I'm saying you are not in the place for a serious relationship if you are in love with someone else. Not saying someone you broke up with 3 years ago and I still love this person and I still have love in my heart for them.
Yeah.
That is different than being in love with someone.
But that's what we're talking about here. Like, that is the type of thing. Bach and Glinda never dated, obviously.
Right, but Bach is in love with Glinda.
Right. But do you see why his story could have gone completely the other way, and why you shouldn't be as mad at Bach as I think you are, unless there's something different in the show. Like, I need to, and I will. We'll probably talk about this later, but I'm gonna watch the show. I'm gonna watch a bootleg of the show after this, and so I can now take it all in, and like, I might even want to do a follow-up episode or something like that. But yeah, I thought it could have went completely different. And this whole idea, I think, is a really interesting conversation, because I want to believe that people who are stuck in love with somebody and they feel they can't get out of it, that they should still love themselves enough to try and look for something better. You know, I want to believe that for myself, for people around me.
You should learn to love yourself enough and not have to be dependent on someone else, and not have to find a relationship to be happy. And that's super easy
to say, and a lot of people do and are. Like, you know, I'm actively learning. I'm hanging out by myself. I'm not actively in a relationship. I'm learning how to be a better person. But, you know, there's still, like, desire for everybody of, like, having that person. And especially when maybe the person you're in love with is somebody that you can never have. I would like to believe it's all right to try to find someone else.
Yeah, it's all right if you're not in love with that. You can't be fully in love with someone and look for another relationship. You can date people, you can do whatever, you can't be in a serious relationship while actually being in love with someone else. That is not fair to the other person in that relationship. That's the truth of it.
You've watched so many movies, and, like, you realize what a black and white statement that is. Like, that's so black and white. Because, like, think about all the different relationship statuses, trios, fucking quad, crazy, just, like, shit, relationship shit going down in movies that you've seen, and the different levels of alignment you can have with people and love and relationships, even with how fucked up those people are within the relationship. You know?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about you could be a polyamorous person and then you're in love with two people and you're all in love with each other in one big relationship. Like, that's fine.
I haven't watched any movies with that, but yeah.
That's...
And I wish I had, because that would be a very entertaining.
I mean, I haven't either, but that's,
reality TV shows.
Actual thing. But, yeah. I mean, like, there are obviously exceptions to those things, but as a blanket statement, no, you can't be in love with someone else and get into a relationship with a person and fully give yourself to that person. That's true. That would be emotionally cheating. That is what that is, cut and dry. Emotionally cheating. Bach has been emotionally cheating on Nessa Rose with Glinda.
And Bach's goal was not to grow and become closer to Nessa
No,
Rose.
and that's
because in
all.
5 years he didn't do it.
It's not like he's actually talking to Glinda either. It's all within his head. He's emotionally cheating with her. Like, that's the thing.
Emotionally cheating is crazy. I don't know what. So I don't know what emotionally cheating is, but I can.
It's exactly what this is. Being in love with someone else while actively being in a relationship is a perfect example. Like, fully being in love, about to leave your girlfriend because you hear she's going to get married. Like, that's for sure emotional cheating.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a whole nother level. I don't even know what Bach's doing because it's like, bro, she's literally about to get locked up. Like, what?
Right.
Do you,
Also
what,
with Fierro.
You're going up. You're gonna go up there and
With
stop the wedding
Mr.
with
Jonathan
Fierro?
Bailey?
Oh,
Come on.
You're donezo.
Come on.
All right. Well, should I continue or
Yeah.
should we keep?
Go on.
I would like to come back to that conversation, maybe off mic or something. I feel like that's a very important conversation.
I feel like it's very cut and dry, and I've said what I need to say.
I don't know how your brain is not in the place that my brain is, but maybe it's cut and dry in this situation, but definitely not in the situations that I attain it to. Definitely not. It's
Okay, well let's keep going.
yeah. You having fun over there?
So much.
Ugh. The Ozians gather in Emerald City for Glinda and Fiero's wedding, which we were just referring to. Alphaba visits her old friend for the first time in years. She goes up to Glinda's little pink room to go talk with her and to talk to the wizard. They just kind of casually walk over to the wizard, which is, again, it's just the law enforcement in Oz is just not impressive in the slightest.
But again, it's what I said is, what is the wizard going to do? He has no powers.
Exactly.
He has
the
nothing.
The one guy that is like
he's just a fraud.
You need some muscle around this dude. Get the fucking guards up, standing with him. Get him hanging around his place, because Alpha was able to pull up and then just walk through the halls on her own. Find the wizard. She could have easily went and killed him with ease.
Right,
like,
but
if that was her plan.
I think he's aware of that. Like, she could literally just kill everyone in Oz if she wanted to, because she is the most powerful being in all of Oz.
If I know there's an atomic bomb, that's not gonna.
Well, that's the thing.
Not gonna try to go to the basement and like put,
They know she's going to do whatever she's gonna do, and the only way they can make her seem like a danger is by using all this propaganda, and just like that is their only defense against her. That is all they can do, because she has all of the physical strength, because she has the power. She has the magic.
Why do they try to fight her?
She has the greenery.
Why do they have this whole fucking thing where they go off and put guns at her head and stuff?
Well, because that's
they still want to show their muscle.
Yeah, that's going into the. They can't just all be sitting around while they're saying Alphaba is bad and trying to kill everyone. How would that look?
Hey, if they're sitting around at the fucking castle or whatever, it'd be better protection for this poor wizard, because he gets pulled up on. And I think you're right, though, because they are just immediately nice to her, where it's like, yeah, we want you back in the fold.
Because they just want her. That's all they want, is her on their side. That's all they want.
Because how are they? I guess they could take a long time to peddle out this propaganda, but how are they gonna flip that? You've gone real hard in the Wicked Witch. How are you gonna turn her into the Wicked Witch?
Wicked.
The Wicked Witch. I don't know how you're gonna do that.
No idea.
But the audience get. Oh yeah. So yeah, Glinda talks with Alphaba and the wizard, and the wizard and Glinda's very much siding with the wizard, and I'm like, oh my god, Glinda's bad. That's going in my mind, because she's trying to convince them to join again, and Alphaba's heavily considering it, and it's as it was brought to her and Glinda, it's brought her and Glinda together again. She can live the life she wanted. The wizard will even agree to her one condition, giving the animals of Oz freedom. And it's all good. So he says yes, and Alphaba starts by addressing Chistery. I think every time I say Chistery in this episode, I'm just going to put in Jeff Goldblum, just a little audio clip of him saying Chistery. It's
Yes.
And they're telling, yeah. So he goes, the monkeys are free. They're fucking free. So they fly away from the palace. But as the ceremony begins, the wizard's like, all right, so we're on the same team. Good. I'm gonna walk in the other room. I'm gonna leave you, Alphaba, one door away from the room of my. After just making a deal, freeing all the animals, of literally all these caged animals that I have not and probably will not free, some of which are your friends. And yeah, I'm just gonna walk away and leave you directly next to that door. I was pissed off. I was like, bro, what is he doing? Like, come on. It's the only, you secured your deal. The only way it can go wrong at this point is if she wanders around the office and finds any more, bad stuff. If she finds anything bad, you're fucked. Like, and it's not like she, he left a picture out of him shaking hands with somebody that shouldn't be taking hands with, or a note that he wrote to somebody about taking out more animals. It's like, no, he's got his whole fucking room of cages. So just like the worst possible. After you have made a free the animal deal, a room of caged animals on you.
Yeah.
Nothing here. You don't have any.
No, I mean, I feel like I keep saying this and I don't want to keep reiterating, but again, it's just one of those things where when you're turning a musical into a movie, like a stage
Well, that
show.
would suck in a musical too.
Well, that's
right?
the thing, is we don't need context. There's no way to do that context in an actual, in a stage show. So that's why they don't know how to do it in the movie. Because that's not done. We don't need it. It's a lot more simple when it's on stage.
How would you
We don't need all of the details.
How would you do it for the movie? It does feel just like, oh my god, seriously, like the villain just happens to leave his little door of caged up animals right where they were just talking, 7 steps away.
Yeah, I don't know how they would do it, honestly.
I think you just need.
And it did not bother me when I saw it, so I don't know.
Not at all?
No.
Those are the small things that sometimes they really bother you, other times they don't. They almost always bother me.
That's it. There are a few that like haven't bothered you in past movies that we watched. And I'm like,
Really?
whoa! I thought this was a Gio thing.
Oh shit, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, those little things you hate because I like to say that like, in life there are like little coincidences like that happen, and I can always argue that point.
It is true.
But with this, it's a little bit like we could just give it off to like the wizard being like arrogant or just kind of careless.
There we go.
Or whatever.
Super careless. It's also just like.
Or just not very smart.
Like if you're talking to like a teacher or something, and like in your desk is homework that you cheated on, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you make it good with that teacher, you know what you're not doing in that moment is leaving that room. You're finding a way to like hang around, keep your arm on your desk or something. That it does show the level of the wizard's arrogance, because he wins and he just thinks he won so good that nothing can take him off his high horse down. He's willing to just walk out, even though what could screw him is right there.
Yeah,
that's a good reading.
Or he's just so careless that like he's causing so much havoc. He completely forgot he has a bunch of animals locked up because like he doesn't care about the animals. Like there could be something like that, one of those silly things. I don't know.
One of those silly things. Sorry, I had to text our mom real fast.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't like us using the yacht for this long. It's a lot of gas, a lot of pollution.
Yep.
But yeah, so the ceremony begins. And Chistery shows off with a hidden room containing all the other animals, and Dr. Dillman's in there. And they're trapped in cages, and it's all these animals, and Alphaba walks up to Dr. Dillman. She's like, Dr. Dillman, are you okay? And I'm just like, are they going to pay Peter Dinklage for a second movie? Are they going to do it? And no, Dr. Dillman doesn't talk. And I was like, but he could talk. He still has a chance because he could come back. And,
yeah, I mean, there was no way he was talking in that mode. That would have been straight.
It would have been.
It's just
because it's literally the whole thing as he got in. But I wanted to hear Peter Dinklage, man. I wanted to hear him talk so bad.
It's a shame.
But he like bawed or whatever, or neighed or whatever. Go. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, they're trapped in their cages. Many of them had lost their ability to speak. The wizard shows up and tries to defend himself. It's not what it looks like, Alphaba. But Alphaba realizes he was always a liar and vows to continue her fight against him. She sets the animals free, and they cause chaos during the wedding. Glinda literally...
Sorry, can I say, she says she finds out he's always a liar for the second time.
Yeah.
Like, we already figured that out, and then you believed him, and then now we're
It's for the
back.
third time if you've seen the original Wizard of Oz. So we're getting just the whole of it, man.
It's true.
Oh my god, he's a liar?
Well, I mean, I guess it's about to happen for a fourth with Dorothy. She's about to show up. We don't actually see it,
It's
but
true.
technically.
It's intense, man. We almost do. We see the backs of their heads a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sets the animals free. This was literally like Glinda's happiest day ever. She walks down the aisle. Her, the most beautiful man is on stage waiting for her. She's got her dress on. So happy. Fiero and the guards catch Alphaba attacking the wizard. So Fiero orders his men to bring water since they know it can kill Alphaba. However, Fiero turns against the wizard in this moment. Big moment, and she's like, you know what? Fuck all this. Fuck you, Glinda. I'm siding with Alphaba.
Yes.
And Glinda's like, fuck, and I felt bad for Glinda. I was
Yeah.
like, good for you, Fiero, but damn, on her wedding day. That's rough. That's rough. And Glinda's like not happy. Because like she's pissed. Like she's fucking right. Bad Glinda for like all this. This is where it's solidified for me. Oh my gosh, she's going to the bad side. Like it's over. Like Glinda's back bad.
No,
It's
but
insane.
like if I got left by Jonathan Bailey on my wedding day, that would also be my, villain origin story. I would be pissed.
No,
I would lose it.
It made sense why she
You
was that pissed.
almost got him.
She was pissed. After they'd gone, Glinda tells the wizard Madame Morrible they can spread a rumor about Nessa being in danger, which will lure Alphaba to them.
Glinda just doing Nessa wrong again. Look at that.
Yeah, apparently she's only smart when she's pissed.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. So, yeah, she's rightfully pissed off. And I'm like, oh my god, our friendship is gone. Glinda's bad. This is bad. This is right and bad. Jesus. Alphaba and Fiero make it to the woods and hide. And this is where they admit their love for one another in a great song, As Long As You're Mine.
And here's where I was really, throughout all of this, I was like, okay, it's been like pretty chill. There's a lot of dark stuff we still have to, but this is when it was clear. I'm like, oh, this is a PG rated movie. Because why are they singing this song while like running away from each other? Like, I just want anyone at home to go and read the lyrics of this song and then just picture them just going into just different rooms, just staying away. Alphaba's like putting on a cardigan. Like, it's so ridiculous and absurd. And I mean, I was fine. I see some people that are pissed about it. They're like, I can't believe they PG-fied As Long As You're Mine like this. Like, that's crazy. I don't mind it because, in my opinion, the vocals and the acting was so fucking amazing that just cancels all of that out for me.
The set was dope as fuck, too.
Yes. So it's like, I don't care. But it's like, yeah, why was Alphaba putting on, like, her huge-ass cardigan while, like within the context of that
putting
song?
On clothes during that song.
It's
nuts.
Insane. It's pretty...
I thought it was a great song, though.
It's the best. It's one of my favorite
Very
songs of
highly
all
emotional.
time. There were a few, like, extra, like, little riffs that Cynthia Erivo added in that just sounded amazing. Their voices together was phenomenal. Even though they were on separate sides of a room, their chemistry was still absolutely phenomenal.
That was one thing. I felt like we didn't get to see them separate enough this movie. I'm glad I watched the first one recently before because, like, that was a very satisfying moment for me.
Mm-hmm.
But in the movie alone, you think about what they were never really separate in the movie. You could tell the whole time.
Yeah.
Fiero wanted Alphaba and they got together. But really it was like they were the couple that couldn't be. And now they can
Totally.
be.
Yeah.
At least for long, two humans in love.
Yeah. But it was so great. I literally like had tears in my eyes of how beautiful
I was also
it was. It was that song is phenomenal and they did such an amazing job. You know, maybe let's not have them running away from each other, but you know, it's all right.
Well, meanwhile,
I can't complain.
As that very nice, light, warm moment is going down, Glinda walks in the ruins of the cemetery. The most over-the-top Glinda thing you could be doing right now. Or Glinda, singing the I'm Not That Girl reprise, which I liked. Was this in the original show?
Yeah.
It's so good. It's like showing the dude, oh my god, now she's feeling like Alphaba fell. Whoa, look at this. They're alienated in their own places.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah? It was cool because there's a lot of duality with them, and that kind of brought it to the forefront because, you know, it's basically what Alphaba is going through at Shiz,
It is, yeah,
Glinda
yeah.
is now going through in Oz.
Yeah.
Like they're going through the same shit, and it's kind of cool. Like now Glinda's the alien, nobody likes her, and like it's true, nobody likes her. Morrible hates her. Like Morrible's always preying on her downfall.
I mean, Morrible has always hated her though.
Yeah,
She never liked Glinda.
it's true.
So.
We hate Morrible because she just begins to create a storm across Oz that produces a powerful tornado. And also, who knew that Morrible could do this? Who knows how? It brings a house from another world. Whoa.
Ooh.
Just as Nessa is making her way into Munchkin Land to look for Bach, I realized what was about to happen like 2 seconds before it happened. It took me a while to realize because I was like I just figured out as she was looking for Bach with the whole governor thing. Oh my God, Wicked Witch of the East. The tornado. Like it all came together for me in like
That's funny.
a couple moments. Because she makes her way to looking to Munchkin Land and looks up, and there is her last look. It's a house falling down on top of her in the woods. Alpha hears Nessa screams and sees the tornado in her mind, so she rushes to help. But as we know, the Wicked Witch of the East, she's dead.
Yep.
The Witch of the West is dead. Bong.
Well, I mean, that's not the right.
Sorry, the Witch of the East is dead.
You should be singing
Bong.
the ding dong, the witches.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what they sing in Wizard of Oz
Thank
when
you,
she
thank
dies.
you. Ding dong, the witch is dead. The wicked witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead.
There we go.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
You got it.
Thank you, thank you. You can hold your applause. So she's dead. In the aftermath of the crash, a young Kansas girl named Bethany Weaver. I believe that's the actress. This is Dorothy.
Yeah, no, that's the actress's
Somebody,
name.
you just put in the wrong fucking thing. Dorothy. Doesn't she have a last name?
I don't know.
Dorothy. I don't know. Dorothy and her dog Toto have been blown in from the tornado. Glinda's already shown up at the scene, and she's given Nessa's shoes to Dorothy, and it's so cool. It's like we're kept on the outside of the Wizard of Oz scenes that we've already seen. So we like pull up right as they're leaving, and Alphaba's which is crazy to know, like the witch that they're gonna find at the end of the movie just pulls up right behind them 2 seconds after they leave, right when they get there.
Yep.
And just chats with Glinda a little bit. But yeah, they're headed down the yellow brick road. Alphaba arrives and is angry with Glinda because, I mean, those are her sister's shoes.
Yeah. No.
Why did Glinda give those away?
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
You know, totally justified. Like, what?
Totally
what
justified,
the fuck?
yeah. And the two fight, wand against broom, an epic battle, until Fiero and the soldiers arrive. And it's a nice little battle. The girls hate each other now. They're not liking each other at all.
Yeah.
Fiero threatens to shoot Glinda if the men don't let Alphaba go. They allow Alphaba to escape with the flying monkeys, but the guards capture Fiero. Why didn't the monkeys take Fiero away? We'll leave that for next episode. Wicked Part 3. The two fight. I already said all that. Alphaba returns to her hideout and frantically goes through the grimoire to save Fiero. She finds a spell that prevents him from bleeding or getting hurt. But we don't know this yet. And it hurts him. All we see is him
It's such a good. It's such a good song.
Yeah.
The
This is no good deed.
Melacanama.
This I actually had heard before. Her doing all this
Yeah.
like melacanama.
Yeah. It's
Melanoma,
one of the most
something.
melanoma.
whatever they're saying.
Yeah, and she says some shit like, "Let him feel no pain. Let him never die."
Lets him get straws in his eyes.
Right.
That whole lyric. You remember that part.
Of course.
But I do want to talk about right before this all happens and Fiero and Alphaba leave each other again before we go to the cemetery. There's this kind of funny moment because Fiero and Alphaba like just got together for the first time. And immediately after that song, the first thing that Alphaba says is, "Am I ever going to see you again?" Because they have to like go off and like do their respective things.
Yeah.
You know. But it's just so funny because it's like, we just got to get literally one song, one scene of like, oh my God, we finally done it. We're together. And now it's like, hopefully we get to see each other again. Who knows what's going to happen after 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's kind of fast for me. Which is where I feel like this movie went wrong in the most is its pacing. It feels, because it's at this point, I think, that the movie gets just like fucking geared up.
Yeah.
And it starts going way faster. And then it's kind of just over after all this, you know, personally. Like, it was slow leading up until this point and then just got really fast. combine that with like a time jump that I didn't know was
Yeah.
happening, you know, I think things felt even faster.
Can
to
I
me.
ask, after No Good Deed like in this time of her coming back and No Good Deed being like, were you aware of what was gonna happen to Fiyero?
I thought it was gonna happen, but then they kept me on the outside for so long. They did a good job with this one because they
Okay.
could have easily revealed it, but they kept it. We talked about in the first episode a lot how Jeff Goldblum, they revealed that he was Alpha's father long before that actual reveal happens because of his face and
No,
his
because of his voice.
voice and face. His face is also, you could see like his nose and that's the same thing, but yeah,
Well,
it's him singing because he walks in, he's holding the bottle and he takes a sip and it's a side shot of his profile. In the first,
Is it?
Yeah, I just watched it.
Oh, I was just like, I pictured it as being like some young guy though.
It is like a younger Jeff Goldblum, but it is him.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it's-
I know the
it's just
voice
the
was what
nose, his
immediately
side
it's like,
profile.
have
He's-
another drink, and it's like, come on, we know who that is.
Literally,
Be for
yeah,
real.
no. I wish they would have found a way to like get a different voice actor for that or something.
They should
This
have.
they did a good job because they didn't reveal that immediately. He was like, "Oh my god, is he the Scarecrow?" But then they left that there, and it's like, okay, if you don't know, then we're not paying it off yet.
So at this point, you were thinking about like,
I was like, he's always gonna be the Scarecrow. At this point,
when she was singing No Good Deed,
Yeah,
you were like,
but then
Scarecrow.
it didn't happen, so I kind of revert back to maybe he's not until the very end.
So still, when they sang "As Long as You're Mine," you didn't think he was gonna be the Scarecrow?
No.
He has a line in that about being brainless too.
Seriously?
Yep.
What? I didn't, dude. I was like, when's the Scarecrow gonna show up?
It seems so obvious to me. It's crazy.
That's what's so cool about Where I Sit, man. It's one of a kind. you know?
Yeah, it is.
She finds a spell that prevents her from bleeding. Yeah. Meanwhile, Dorothy ends up teaming up with everybody. The Tin Man, Bach, and the Cowardly Lion, and eventually a Scarecrow. Because Morrible brings them to the Wizard, and the Wizard orders them to bring back Alpha's broom in exchange for their wishes to be granted. Yeah, this shows how little they can do from like a muscle standpoint. Because literally, like, this is the plan. Like, this is the end-all be-all. Oh my god, we can beat her this way. This random chick just showed up on a house from Madame Morrible. I don't know if this happens often, if Morrible's used to this. I don't know if that was Morrible's plan to be able to take out the Wicked Witch of the East with the house,
Right.
but that's perfect. Like, the stars are kind of aligning right now. We might as well see if these people can take out the Witch of the West, too. It's a long shot. I know it's a
Yeah.
little girl and her 3 random friends that all are missing, various human needs. But
right.
maybe they got a shot.
Yeah.
Not with Bach on the case. Bach is scary. He's like pissed off and he's rounding up an angry mob of Aussians talking about, what are they saying? What do they keep saying? They're going, "Bono." They're saying these, like, just one word a lot, or 2 words a lot.
I'm trying to
The March
think.
of the Witch Hunters?
Wait. I can only hear his verse when I'm thinking of it.
Like, kill her!
Yeah, I think it's just killer.
Is it just kill her?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but he rallies them all up, saying she's to blame for what happened to him, and the lion, and everybody.
Yeah, he's saying, I have a personal score to settle with, thou, the witch! He almost name drops
You
her.
wanna
It's
keep
crazy.
going? Keep going.
It's something to her I'm made of tin, my is a her. So for once I'm glad I'm heartless. I'll be heartless, killing her!
Yeah!
There it is.
Hit it. That was like one of my favorite moments of the show right
got
there.
the
That was
end.
epic.
That's the thing, is I noticed it immediately, is that little part that he did that I couldn't remember all of it. He didn't sing it, any of it. It was all in like the talking, screaming voice. And normally I would be upset about that. Like, hey, why wasn't he singing it? But the sheer, like, the look on Ethan Slater's face is like so haunting and terrifying that it's like, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. We need to get that man in some horror movies immediately.
Let's do it.
He would
Let's do
kill it.
I hadn't thought about that, but we've been with these people a few times. We could probably get him in.
Let's get him in
Horror
there.
movie. Yeah.
Please.
All right, I'm down.
Get him off Broadway into horror movies. He's good on Broadway. That sounds mean. He's good on Broadway, but I feel like he would
The
really
Aussians
thrive.
are pissed. Glinda sees the mob. What?
You
What?
love cutting me off this episode.
Oh, really?
That's like the third time
This
this
has
is
been
up.
your biggest
Well,
thing.
you look
is our
down.
flow.
You look down to read, and then I see you looking for your space. face, so I keep talking, and then you just come in.
Well, I'm trying to wait for right when you're finished, because we've talked off mic about our flow of the episode. We want it to be better, and one of the things I can do to help the flow is to not respond to the last thing you say. Because if like I say a thing, and you say a thing, and then I say, oh yeah, you're right. It's like there's that whole thing, that moment of, or if I say a thing, you say a thing, and I go, Fierro goes to the store.
I just think you're coming in a little early because you're cutting off the ends of my words.
All right, what do you want to say then?
I don't even remember.
Fierro on Broadway.
No.
That's what you're talking about.
No, I was talking about Ethan Slater.
That's what I meant. Ethan Slater on Broadway.
Well, I had already finished what I was saying. You would just
So look at
no,
me.
you would just cut off the end of my word.
I had perfect.
So it kind of surprised me.
Well,
Let's move on.
I'm actually going to take some time. I want to simmer in this moment for a while. Glinda sees the mob and starts to realize she's following the wrong people. Maybe she's following the wrong people. With a good song, The Girl in the Bubble, which is
A new song.
a new song. Also very on the nose and just like, I kind of liked it. I'm happy. She walks up to her little bubble machine at the very end of the song as she's singing The Girl in the Bubble. And like, you really think she's going to pop the bubble.
Yes.
And she doesn't. And it would have been so cringy if she did. So I'm glad she didn't. I don't know how, we were talking about this, I don't know how they know where the line is. Like, that's where the line is in that song. It's like, if she pops the bubble, it's too much.
Yeah.
But her singing about being the girl in the bubble somehow still works, even though it's that on the nose. And just, like, everything Glinda does with her hair flipping and over-the-topness and, like, comedy that doesn't make sense and just, like... But they go so far with this. I'm making a video on Wicked Part 1 right now. They do the same thing, where they go so far with just, like, over-the-topness, exaggerated comedy and just movement and everything. Yet they still know where the line is, like, in this moment. It's really masterful.
It is. It's very interesting, I would say.
You good?
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep... After everyone...
I'm just going to
Point? You all good? Okay. I'm going to move forward. She goes to Madame Morrible, only to learn that she is the true Wicked One who caused the tornado that killed Nessa. Madame Morrible is the Wicked Witch.
Madame Morrible, flip it around, Wicked Witch.
Hell yeah. Although it was kind of Glinda's idea. I don't know how Morrible conjured up this house. I thought they were going to find a way to explain that.
Well, she deals with the weather. That's her thing.
Yeah.
How the house
But up
appeared,
until this point,
I
we've
don't
never
know.
seen her pull out fucking different dimensions of...
Well, she caused a tornado, and that tornado happened to pick up a house that happened
in
to
a different
blow.
world.
Yes.
And transport it
Yes.
to Oz.
Exactly.
And then land on
Yep.
Nessa.
Yeah, you got it. It makes perfect sense.
Good. I'm glad we got there in the end.
Nothing
So
confusing
yeah,
about
Glinda,
that.
this is another moment of Morrible threatens her, and then again, oh my god, the wizard's bad, Oz is bad.
Oh no!
It is kind of crazy though, because I thought Glinda was too far gone at this point. I thought she was too far gone, and all this happened so fast. She's like jumping all around the place. This is the problem with the pacing of this movie, because it all just starts happening.
Yeah.
Everybody starts flipping their ways, getting set in stone of where they're at. It's just like, calm down, dude. She was just like unforgivable a second ago, and now she's like fully on the bad side, or back on the good side, I mean.
Well, I think she was a little blind by, like, Alphaba stealing her man.
She was. But she's still willing
And
to
so
go
now
down.
she's like, oh, wait, these people are bad. Fuck.
So naturally, after Glinda flees on horse in secret to go to Alphaba. Now, Alphaba at this point has gone to her castle, because Fierro has an extra castle. Of course he does. And I like it's fun. Of course, Fierro
I do like how that's,
never stayed
how
in.
that's, like, described as the place that the Wicked Witch is, though. I think that's fun of, like,
But
how
then
would she
does
have a
Glinda-
castle?
How does Glinda know how to get there? Because
Well,
in this very next scene, Glinda's
she
just...
was with Fierro for, like, 5 years.
So she's like, okay,
So they
Fierro's got this backup
She's
castle.
probably
They
aware that he
went-
has
went
another
there to
castle,
his
yeah.
second castle. Okay, that's fair. She like checked some other places first. I don't know. She basically is just like, I want to be on Team Alpha, and then gets on horseback and just goes right to Team Alpha. She knows right where Alpha is. It's good. It's
Yeah.
chill. I was doing my thing where I was like, how does she know where they come up? This is a wanted person, Alphaba here. Enemy of the state.
Right.
Glinda takes 1 second
But
of thought. Oh, she's probably at Fierro's other castle.
It is like the two people closest to her in her life are the ones that are missing. So
And
if
we've
anyone
established-
could find them, she probably
We've
has a pretty
established
good
even
idea.
if other people know, they don't want to fight Alphaba.
Right.
now. Especially now that Alpha's got the monkeys or whatever. Does she have the monkeys now?
Yeah. Yeah, well, for all we know, like, Morrible and the wizard know where Alphaba is.
Right, and they just don't want to fight.
Yeah. Because they're sending
Wait,
the little girl
how
there. Dorothy.
How does Dorothy know? How does she learn? You gotta look that up. And whatever else you're
I
trying to
forget.
look up.
That's probably in the Wizard of Oz.
Homie, yeah. you were looking up something for me earlier, and it was really important.
I wasn't, but well, no, you told me to look something up. You just lost your mic. You just lost your mic.
Killing me.
You just lost your mic.
Good call. Sorry.
I have to say, like 4 times before you heard me.
You just lost your mic. All right.
It's gone. Okay.
So yeah, I'll start cruising here. So yeah, Madame Oracle's wicked. Glinda goes to see Alpha. Alpha sends flying monkeys to capture Dorothy to get Nessa's shoes back. And she keeps the girls her prisoner before Glinda shows up. Alfie's kind of taking a bad look because she captures Dorothy. She's like, fuck you. You want to call me wicked? I will be wicked. This is what I'm saying. So many people are just like turning back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it's going fast now.
Well, she's not turning. She's always been pissed at Dorothy.
Dude, no, but not this pissed. She literally like throws her in a cellar and like keeps her down there. And it's like, whoa, Alpha, but this is actual villain shit. You haven't done any actual villain shit.
It is possible because that is a stage show thing because we never see Dorothy in the stage show. So she always has to be like down in like a cellar or like somewhere like off. So maybe they wanted to stay true to the musical.
Well, I think
with
they want to
that.
stay true to the actual movie because that's what happens in the movie. Right?
Oh,
she gets thrown
is
and
it?
then they have to come find her or whatever.
What? She's thrown into a cellar?
Yeah, I think so. She's like captured and then the other three have to like go through and find her.
But isn't she just in like the main room of the castle?
I don't know.
Okay.
We should have done a Wizard of Oz rewatch.
I've been too fucking busy. There's no time.
But yeah, so whatever. Alpha captures Dorothy. It's brutal. Knowing the mob's coming for her, Alpha decides it's time to surrender, but she makes Glinda promise not to tell the Ozians of her true nature so that they can still have someone for Glinda to root for. The two reaffirm their deep, loving friendship before Alphaba makes Glinda hide.
And it kind of looked like they were going to kiss for a second.
Really?
See,
these
I was hoping for, I knew it wasn't going to, but for a quick second when they were standing at that door, I'm like, are they going to kiss? And they did.
Would you have liked that?
Yes.
I think that would fuck everything up.
What? No, you know how
Fiero and Alphaba's relationship is fucked. It's the whole thing you're saying.
I will always stand by the only way this relationship works is what I said before. If they become a throuple, that would work 100%. Glinda, Fiera, and Alphaba would live a very happy life all together.
Absolutely true.
I think it's a great idea. So if they would have kissed right there, then that would have opened that door and they all could have,
It also was just a moment for Alphaba, I feel like, to be honest with Glinda and bring her in on her plan. I don't know why she didn't here. Probably just for the audience, really, to make it a big reveal.
Probably.
Because it worked on me. I was like, oh, damn, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Glinda promised not to tell the Ozians of her true nature, and the two reaffirm their deep love and friendship before Alphaba makes Glinda hide. She has Dorothy come out, and Dorothy throws a bucket of water on her, seemingly killing her. And we see it from the closet with Glinda. We just see shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Glinda watches tearfully as Dorothy leaves with the broom. As Glinda cries over Alphaba's hat, Chistry shows up, setting Goldblum's way, and speaks for the first time before giving Glinda the green elixir bottle that Alphaba always had as a keepsake from her mother. Glinda goes to confront the wizard with the bottle, which she recognizes from when he had an affair with Alphaba and Nessa's mother, thus confirming, oh my god, showstopper, the wizard is Alphaba's biological father.
But unfortunately,
who could have seen it coming?
We already knew that because you used Jeff Goldblum's face and voice.
Literally, bro, you guys could have made this a cool reveal. It could have been a cool reveal.
You could have been shocked.
Faced with shame and remorse, Glinda orders the wizard to take a permanent leave of absence, which he does so. The wizard has no power. Like, Glinda has nothing here. She has nothing. She doesn't, nobody knows what actually went down, right? So she doesn't know, like...
Well, she, at this point, has all of the Ozians on her side. All of the Ozians love Glinda. Everyone loves her.
So they made Glinda too likable, so now she can just go out. But the guards will still respect the wizard, right? I was just confused because Glinda walks up and they're just like, you, be gone. And I was like, all right, how's she going to get out of this one with all the guards and, like, you know, the people around trying to protect the wizard? And then the next shot, the wizard's just on the balloon.
Yeah, well, maybe the guard... I don't know what the dynamic with the guards are within the palace, but I think it's mostly everyone
They're AWOL, bro.
Everyone likes Glinda, no one likes the wizard, really, at this point. Like,
apparently...
He's face... Well, no one even knows who the wizard is.
Yeah, but shouldn't they
Because he's always hidden.
Him? Like, if he gets on his little machine and then take Glinda away, wouldn't they do that? And if Glinda was like, no, take the wizard away, wouldn't they listen to the wizard still?
Maybe.
You would think. I would think that's what I was thinking, but that wasn't how it went down.
Yeah.
It was clever though because it was the ending of The Wizard of Oz where the wizard leaves with them. And it's kind of like, why is he leaving with them? You know?
Yeah.
And that explained it. Oh, because Glinda made him.
Yep.
That's how he has to get home. Yeah, he does so in the hot air balloon. Before helping Dorothy get home, Glinda also speaks to Morrible one last time before having the flying monkeys carry her away as a punishment for her crimes. Glinda becomes the new ruler of Oz. Also, this is like Morrible's big moment of what I thought was going to be emotion. Do you feel like Michelle Yeoh is not giving her all on this role?
I'm honestly failing to remember any of her acting.
Exactly.
So I think that answers the question.
I'm telling you, like, this big moment of her being proved wrong and, you know, because Glinda gets to say her thing of, like, you might, I hope you don't, or whatever. You know, there's that callback to the first movie where Morrible says that Glinda, some students will do good, others won't, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Glinda says the same thing. This big moment. Glinda gets on top of Morrible and wins. And Morrible's just got, like, the same expression she's had, like, the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
She just did, it's like she didn't care compared to everyone else. It was like everybody else really cared about what was going on. And Michelle Yeoh was just like, I'm here for the paycheck. That's what it felt like. I don't know if that's what it was, but that is what it felt like. And yeah, Glinda becomes the new ruler of Oz after that. And then we go back all the way back to part 1, at the very beginning. Glinda finishes her telling her story to the Munchkins and has animals return to Oz where they rightfully belong. Dr. Dillman is seen returning to his classroom as well as Dulcie Bear and the others. She embraces her title as Glinda the Good. Fiyero is seen getting Alphaba out of her hiding spot as she faked her death. And guess what? Yeah, boom. Okay, I revealed it. Sorry. It was a fake death. Alphaba faked her death. And I was like, oh, shit. This is why the movie doesn't feel like it's over quite. It's going to be a better ending because this is cool. Because it just didn't feel like there was enough. And then that happened. I was like, okay, here we go. This is better. There's something better about ending here. And, yeah, it was just this great moment because Fiyero was also revealed to me as, oh my God, he's the fuck. I forgot about the whole thing that went down with Fiyero. And I was kind of going to be like, oh my God, fuck this movie. Fiyero just disappears. What the hell? And then he came back, though.
He's the Scarecrow.
It was a great reveal as the Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Alpha
and I also think he looked great as the Scarecrow. I wasn't sure how they were going to do that, but it looked great.
Alphaba tells Fiyero that he's still beautiful to her. But Alphaba and Glinda continue to remember each other in a wicked good finale. Oh my God, is that what it's called? A wicked good finale? Holy shit. Is that actually what it's called?
What?
A wicked good finale? That's such a good name if that's actually what it's called. The Grimmery is now in Glinda's possession and begins to come alive for her, which means Glinda is going to have powers. Oh my God. I want to do a little Glinda like fucking yelp for that, where it's like, oh my God, I'm going to have powers. Or something. I can't do it. I can't.
That was good.
But no, you know what she does when she's like, ah! Like that.
Yeah.
I can't do
like
it.
a little squeal.
Yeah, squeal. That's the word. And that's it. Yeah, she's going to be, but Alphaba and Fiyero walk off into the desert or whatever that place is.
Into the abyss.
Into the abyss, leaving Oz forever.
Yeah.
And they all live happily ever after. They actually did this time.
Yay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wicked.
That's
No one mourns them, but we love them.
What?
Nothing. Let's continue.
Yes. Let us move on. What?
Sorry, that was a long story.
Yeah, that was a long story.
A lot of tangents.
We will start with our best favorite characters.
All right, favorite characters? Do you want to go first or me?
You can go first.
For this movie, my favorite character is probably going to end up being Alphaba.
Yeah.
Taking the one off the board. She just has the coolest journey and, I don't know, gives it her all. She's super likable. I like how, in the same respect as Glinda, where it's like, oh my God, she might be bad. I had that same feeling, but it didn't, like, goes back and forth with Glinda, so it didn't feel as just, like, random, I guess. It felt very intentional and was, like, I don't know, everything that she did made sense to me for a character and, like, where she was at that moment in the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know, Cynthia Erivo, too, she just kills it.
Oh,
she just freaking kills it. And
she's so amazing.
she looks so good in green, too. I don't know how she looks so good being green. Like, it's amazing.
She does.
That's that.
I think I'll just take the other side of that off, and I'll go with. No. I will go with Glinda. I just think she's a great character. She has a lot of just growth and character development. Like, you can just tell, like, she's just kind of confused, and she doesn't really know what to do. And throughout the movie, she just kind of has this struggle of, does she go, like, with her best friend, or does she, kind of conform to all of the, societal standards in Oz, and kind of, like, be their sort of poster child girl.
Which is the life that she wanted.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah. So it's very interesting seeing her, break away from that, and then in the end be able to do all of the good that Alphaba wanted to do in Oz. So I just think she's such a great character. Glinda as a whole, if you look it through the entire both of the two movies, it's such a transformation and such a change, so much growth.
The difference between Galinda and Glinda is large.
It is. Definitely is. Yeah. Least favorite?
Least favorite character? I am going to go with... Honestly, in this one, I'm going to go with the Wizard. Just wasn't a lot for good old Jeff Goldblum to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's just kind of hanging out. He had a good few moments of dialogue with Cynthia Erivo and a little with Ariana as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really just, he was like a background character for most of this. And he's just not menacing, and especially now that we know he's not menacing. Like, we knew he's not menacing going in, but now he's just fully not menacing, and his army's not menacing, and Morable's way scarier than he ever is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I honorable mention for Morable because... But it was, she did more, and I like that. Her performance is what pissed me off.
For your favorite? Or your...
No, least. This is least.
I'm sorry, you're doing an honorable mention for your least?
Yes, honorable mention for my least
That
favorite.
was the one I was going to take, but
okay,
I'll
that
do it
count.
anyway.
That doesn't count.
I've just never heard an honorable mention for a least favorite.
I needed to put her in there.
Yeah, my least favorite. It'll be Madame Morrible, Flip It Around, Wicked Witch. Yeah, she just wasn't really giving anything, and as G said, the acting wasn't really giving for him, and I truly do not remember any of her acting from that movie. All I can think of is Madame Morrible, Flip It Around, Wicked Witch.
It's pretty badass.
It's great.
Yeah, she's iconic for that, but she's not a good actress apparently in this one.
Yeah, I truly don't have
in, like,
much memory.
Her being, picture how over the top she was in that fucking movie. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes. Like, we know she's an amazing actress.
Yeah, why can't she be, like, exaggerate, like, fucking extra?
Right.
She just need to be a little dramatic.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Right.
Favorite scene?
Favorite scene. My favorite scene is probably going to be... Oof. I have a couple in here. I really liked a lot of the scenes in this movie. I'm honestly going to go with Bach transformation because it just shock. I am a shock. I love shock. I love twists. I love just like the big reveal. That is what I live for in movies. I'm a shock value guy through and through.
Yes.
That was a big moment of shock for me. And I also loved how like in that moment it made me not like Nessa Rose as much because she like is just immediately fucking take your, I'm gonna possess you with magic so you love me. Where it's like, holy shit. And then it's like, oh my god, Bach is becoming the Tin Man? What? And then Bach walking out and he's like pissed. And it's just I didn't know it was going to go there. I thought the Tin Man was going to show up at some point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But no, he's been there all along.
Yeah.
That was
mine. My favorite scene, I'm going to have to go with As Long As You're Mine.
Yep.
That whole scene.
Yeah,
It's incredible. Even though they were running away from each other and just, like, putting on various items of clothing, which was a little strange for the context of the song, it was phenomenal. Their chemistry was so amazing. The acting was incredible. And the vocals were just, like, unreal. Unreal. Like, literally, the vocals were bringing tears to my eyes. Like, I'm almost getting teary-eyed just thinking about it.
We have to bring that back. Throw it in after this category, but best song we should talk about.
Oh, yes.
Real fast. So do you want to switch it up knowing that? Because if that's also your best song, it might be harder to talk about.
I can pick another one for my best song.
Bet. Okay.
But no, that is one of... No, dear listeners, that is one of my favorite... like, the original version with Idina Menzel is, like, one of my favorite Broadway songs of all time, and now this version is even better, so it's up there. So no, know that I love this before we do best song. But least favorite scene?
Least favorite scene for me. Oof, 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 oof. There were, like, it's probably gonna be when Alphaba finds all the animals in the cages, because it just was so fast. They were only on the same side. Like, they didn't milk that at all. It was just, they could have. I know it felt a little unnatural of like, yep, I have the one thing that could bring me down sitting right next to you, and I'm gonna leave the room. But it also, they just could have. There were just there had to be a different way to do that, to not make it like, if they were just on the same side for a little bit longer, right, rather than just like, okay, we're good, we're on the same side, and literally 5 seconds later, no, the wizard is bad. It would have felt a little less like rug pulley. Glad to know Dad is down there in our yacht making smoothies, so that might pick up on the mics.
Something with the blender.
It's definitely gonna pick up on the mics.
Yep.
But that's
fine. I'm gonna say my least favorite scene. This is always a difficult time
Especially for this one.
me.
I need to always have something to talk about, right, for this moment.
Yes.
While you're thinking.
Yes.
You know? There's like not a lot of least favorite scenes. There weren't like a lot of very bad scenes that stuck out. There are things that like poke at me more than some people, you know?
Yeah.
That I can point to, but
I think I'll just go with, since I did like a song for my favorite scene, I'll do the girl in the bubble. I do think
what? The girl in the bubble.
The girl in the bubble song. I do think it was a really like beautiful scene in the sense of like the colors, and it was so pink, and the song was like new. I mean, it's like a pretty like mediocre song, like, to be honest. Like, I didn't love it, but it's just, out of everything that was happening, it was my least favorite. Like, there's nothing else that I could pick.
Was
that
it
was
important
like, that wasn't
for Gwenda's
bad.
character?
I think it was, but I think we didn't need a whole song to convey that message if we didn't want it.
We already get that message from the first movie a lot.
That
she wants to be this person. Like, we get that.
Yeah.
This movie really hammered it down. A couple lines would have worked.
It's not necessary. Like, I didn't hate this scene, but they could have taken it out and added some extra context to help with the rest of the movie. You know what I mean? Like, this is the scene that they could have taken out.
Yeah.
And I would have been totally fine.
Agreed.
So that's what I'll go with. See, I didn't take very long.
I could have used. There's only a 2:10 runtime. I could have used little flashbacks. Like, if we did some flashbacks to Shiz during the story.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That would have kind of been cool. Push it to 2:30, 20 minutes of flashbacks to Shiz and the time that they had there, and we get more Bach. We get more Nessa. We get the four hanging out together more. We get to have Ariana being even more talking about how the only thing she's ever wanted to do is live in that beautiful green city and all this stuff. You know, and it's just like, that would have worked really well.
Totally.
I think. So
yeah, I agree with that.
Another reason to get us in the writer's room.
Exactly. Come on, get us in. All right, now we will do best song.
Best song.
We'll add this in.
Ooh. Okay, can you go first so I can look at them?
I'm in between two.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know which one to choose, because I'm not gonna do As Long As You're Mine. Okay, I'm gonna go with mine first, and I'm gonna hope you'll take the other one. Or if not, I'll do an honorable mention.
Okay.
I'm gonna do, for my favorite song, it has to be For Good. Like, that is just such an amazing, just sweet, just lighthearted song. Like, I didn't mention it, but that was one of the times that the tears were really flowing for that
we didn't
scene.
even talk about really For Good, but
well, we talked about the conversation there.
Yeah.
We talked about the basis of what they said.
I should have mentioned all the songs better.
Oh well. Sorry. I should have been on top of that. That should be my job. But yeah, For Good, it's such a beautiful song about friendship and changing for. It's so good. It's so amazing. I love that song.
Wow. Well, I'm going to go all the way on the other opposite side of the world from you and go with the darkest song in the movie.
Oh, please.
Mine is March of the Witch Hunters.
Oh, March of the Witch Hunters.
Literally everything opposite of what you said, how dark it was, how scary it was, the fucking just it reminded me of Kill the Beast, and I think that's why I liked it.
Yes. It was very much like the Mob song. Yes.
It was totally, and just the Mob energy, Bach being so pissed.
Oh.
It was good. I
Yeah.
loved it like that.
I do have to do honorable mention for No Good Deed.
Yes.
That song was incredible. The riff she added at the end of the Fiero. At the end of the second Fiero, she said, was absolutely incredible and had my jaw on the floor. That was one of the songs while listening to No Good Deed. I would be shocked about how amazing like her voice sounded, and then she would just keep going up and keep going up and keep going up, and it's like, holy shit, what is going on? How can you keep doing better than what I already like? Insane.
You get teared up just talking about it.
I am. I'm literally getting emotional. It's so she's so talented.
It is amazing in the show. Like, I feel like that's part of it. I just talked about it in my video too. It's like the commitment of just like going bigger. It's every song. I feel like they get to the amount of instruments and like volume and just a verse that is just so loud and so far into the song, so big, and then somehow they manage to go even bigger with the next one, and they just do that in like every fucking song.
Yeah,
it's insanely
yeah, and I think No Good Deed is probably a perfect example because it really just kept going and kept going.
Totally, definitely.
Are you making fun of me?
Yeah, that's no. I'm just being like you last episode. Watch the time, Mara. Not hang around here and waste any time. The yacht closes pretty soon.
Okay. Well, it's time for your segment.
Oh, is it? Fuck. That's bad timing.
Yeah, Mr. Time over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Geos and Gems, the most expensive movie factoids. We have the first emotional scene between Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Includes unscripted lines. After the song ends, there's lines like, "What's going on?" and "Don't worry, everything's going to be fine." And even the mutual "I love yous" were all improvised.
Aww.
Can you believe it?
That's so nice.
Improv on the set of Wicked. Their duet song, For Good, was recorded live on set, not pre-recorded, to capture genuine emotional performances. That was many of the songs.
Amazing.
For Good, recording process was intense. Cast and crew shot multiple takes with different emotional tones, grief, anger, and forgiveness before settling on the final version. So they used a combination of these different takes of different emotions. Cool? Not cool?
Yeah, I just said, I usually just like give you a little to acknowledge.
It makes me feel bad about doing this. For Good, the production designed new sets beyond the original school early house settings, including a fully realized forest nest that took 6 weeks to build. And Cynthia Erivo apparently participated in personalizing details for the set, potion spell areas, living quarters, etc. She also helped with Ariana's set to make sure that nobody could sneak into Ariana's room unattended, or she wouldn't bump her head anywhere or anything like that. I'm joking. I'm just going back to the protective Cynthia. The color palettes, the visual styling for Good were intentionally with cooler tones for Alphaba, warm for Glinda, really affect emotional themes and contrast their journeys. To get into character, actors endured challenging prep. For example, transferring Erivo into Alphaba required 4 hours of makeup. Ariana Grande's Glinda took a careful wig placement and makeup to maintain a lighter, ethereal vibe, as well as CGI, as we talked about in the first episode, because she has this eye condition that makes her eyes have to like move all over the place all the time, and so they have to CGI her eyes to keep them still. Your eyes still, Ariana. On set, Viva off-camera movements. 2 of the film's cast and crew revealed that Grande sometimes hid candy inside her Glinda costume between takes. She had little snacks get through long days on set. That made me think of, did you ever hear about Draco Malfoy doing that?
Yes.
Yeah, because he would, what's his name? Draco Malfoy's character.
You mean you said Draco Malfoy's character?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You mean the actor for Draco Malfoy?
Character Draco Malfoy. Yeah, sorry.
Tom Felton.
Tom Felton, thank you. Tom Felton was famous because he'd sneak snacks in, and to the point where during the Goblet of Fire, I think, maybe Order of the Phoenix, during one of those, they sewed all of his pockets on his costume, so he couldn't sneak in.
That's so funny.
Similarly, Erivo repeatedly brought home-baked cookies, and of course she brought vegan and gluten-free options for cast and crew, a small real-life kindness that helped morale during heavy shooting days.
Aww. That's so
people
cool.
are always so mean to Cynthia. Everything I hear about her is always very nice. Like, people are mean to her in Instagram comments and stuff that I see.
people love being mean to women, specifically black. Yeah, she's a black woman who's also a lesbian. I think she really
Did
has.
you see who she played? 'Cause she
has-
famously just went to play Jesus on Broadway. Did you see she's playing after that? She's playing like Dracula, I think.
What?
She literally look up her next Broadway role. I know you're not gonna do it because you never look up anything that I ask you. But I'm telling you, she literally went to play like the devil or something after playing Jesus. It's the most
Oh,
like
that's so funny.
fucking just I don't even know headline grabbing thing that you could do.
She was the best Jesus I've ever seen, must say.
The movie's creative team added a few story details from the original novel by Gregory Maguire that were not in the stage musical. There are subtle movements or moments, book-specific world building that deepen character motivations and background world. What moments? I didn't include those, so too bad. Schedule problems reportedly. Both leads got sick at times in Wicked for Good. The production repeatedly decided to stick with live vocals rather than defaulting studio dubbing, even while people were sick. A few more additional cool ones here. The choice of live singing and emotional authenticity reportedly made the mood on set a lot more like beautiful and just people being sucked in by what's going on. The For Good sequence was reportedly one of the most emotionally draining for the cast, but also one of the most rewarding. Multiple people involved said they were emotionally moved by how the number landed. For part 2, some costume and makeup decisions were changed from part 1 to reflect darker themes. Their prosthetics, full body outfits, and painting and heavier makeup required more time and signaled an intentional visual shift for Alphaba's character arc and Glinda's character arc alike, which you could see. And the film expands on the world visually beyond Oz's known locations. They created new environments, giving deeper spatial sense to the story's stakes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Gio's Hidden Gems. All currencies are available.
Amazing. Very cool. All right,
You're giving me the Cynthia Devil stare.
I'm
right
sorry,
there.
I haven't eaten anything all day.
Oh, boy.
I'm getting tired.
Oh boy.
I'm forgetting what this category is called
God.
because we don't have it down, but I don't want to forget it. It's favorite and least favorite quality. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Favorite element, least favorite element. I think.
Element.
Yeah,
That's what
element,
it is.
yeah.
That's the word. That's what I was looking for. Let's do that. Favorite element.
My favorite element for this one, I probably said it for this one, but it's gonna be the set design. Like,
yeah.
They build everything, and I feel like that does so much for your actors, for the people on set, for the viewers. It just everything feels so much more real and better for it, and the like light CGI combined with that. I definitely talked about. I said the same thing for the first one because I remember talking about when they walked into Oz for the first time. There was just so much real stuff, but also these little CGI bits being mixed in. They just did such a good job of that, and like the new set, Alpha's house was dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Like that place was so sick.
It was so
I want to
cool.
go there.
Yeah.
And yeah, that'll be my set design.
I'm gonna go with costumes. We haven't talked a lot about costumes, but the costumes were absolutely phenomenal. I knew they were going to be based on the trailer. Just already we got to see specifically all of Glinda's costumes are just absolutely incredible. And then what they did, I mean, I guess that kind of goes in hand with the hair and makeup department, but with the Tin Man and the Scarecrow both did like a phenomenal job. And it's like they could have done that in a way that they just looked like really like weird and strange, and it could have not been good, but it all looked great and the costumes were phenomenal, especially that one dress. I think it was like Ariana or Glinda's wedding dress.
Yeah.
Incredible, spectacular.
That one was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think they're getting that Oscar for costume design again this year.
Damn, big shout.
That's my guess.
Big shout. Best line?
Least favorite.
Sorry, least
favorite element?
What? Element.
Element.
Least favorite element for me, I'm gonna go with pacing. I think
Yeah.
that was this movie's biggest flaw.
I agree.
And why maybe it didn't give me this like super movie high that I got from the first one. Because the first one, it feels like it's building up and it gets more and more epic as it goes on. A lot happens. Flashbacks and like prologues and all this stuff. You have a whole school story, everything that goes down at Oz, going on the run, having to escape, so many character moments. And it all feels like really tightly crafted to where you never get bored and it never feels like there's too much coming at you. I mean, you fly through, you get a lot thrown at you, but it feels right. It feels like it builds up to this grandiose moment at the end that's just bigger than anything you've ever seen, and then it's done. Boom, 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 boom. Those drums on the way out, and it's done. And that is, it was perfect. This movie was just like 3/4 of the movie of, okay, when are we gonna get to, like, what's the finale gonna be? What's the solution? Because you couldn't even really tell what it was building up to. Because I was like, there's got to be a different thing than what's gonna happen at the end of Wizard of Oz, which really was the climax. It's the same climax.
Yeah, the thing is, the issue is, like, I think probably the biggest issue of splitting this show up into 2 movies is you were trying to take one story arc and then just cut it in the middle and put them into 2 separate movies. And that kind of works for the first one, because you get all the rising action, then you get the climax, and then you get to the second movie, and it's just like the falling action down to the resolution.
Yes.
And that doesn't work for a movie. Like, a movie can't function like
There's
that.
just too many things happening. It's
But
either
that's the thing.
Either you need to get it shorter and
Yeah.
put it in one, or you add a third movie.
Yes.
Literally, and stretch it out
Literally.
further, though.
Because there's no way to do that. Like, that is the biggest problem. It feels like almost like they didn't even think about that for whatever reason.
Literally.
Like, it feels like they're like, oh yeah, we can just cut that. There's usually an intermission there. We can cut this, put this in the second half. But it's like, then we don't have an actual story arc whatsoever.
Like, this movie, it felt short. too.
Yeah,
Like, it felt
did.
short. And it's because things start, things start getting tied up. Like, you can see where the end's going, and then it's there, and then it's over.
Yes.
Within a second. And you look back on all the other things that happened and the time it took to get to those places, it's just so different. Characters feel like they're just flipping, heel turning, back and forth, Alphaba and Glinda alike. And you didn't have time to do anything with the other characters, you know?
And I mean, that could make sense. Like, the flipping back and forth could make sense if it was just in that, like, 3-hour period and we cut down a lot more. Like,
yeah. A bit more runtime on the
Yeah.
third act actually could have. But there's not, like, a big thing with the third act. There's not really. The climax is, like, third person looking in on what happens in the Wizard of Oz climax. Like, it's the same. That's what's so weird.
Yeah.
Because you think of the build up to Defying Gravity as the climax versus For Good, which is still big. Doesn't feel like the same level, at least for me.
No, it's not, and that's the thing, is it was never, For Good was never supposed to be the climax. Like,
Wow.
that.
Well, what is the climax supposed to be in that show?
Well, the climax is Defying Gravity.
What?
Then, yes, then the show ends, then you go and you see all the falling act and the resolution.
It's like the show is set up with a purposeful mid-show climax.
That's most like Broadway shows, they're set up like that, with the climax and then it ends and then it continues on.
The fuck? I did not know. I thought it was like any other narrative structure where it has, like Enigma and then the rising act. What was there's a word for the first lump, right? And then it goes back down, and then there's the climax, and then the resolution. The viewers can't see my hands.
There's more lumps before. It's not just
Like
climax then resolution.
No, yeah, like pretty soon after the climax. The climax is
No,
right
but
at the very end. Like,
there's-
if you look, like, at the line for narrative structure, is that what you would call it?
Yeah.
It's like the climax, and then it falls, and then it's done, like, pretty fast. The climax is like
No, but that's what I'm
the
saying.
big
Is it
moment.
falls and then it's done? It's
Yeah.
not the climax and then it ends.
You're right. It's called falling action.
Yes.
Oh, it's rising action. That's what
Rising
I was
action
like.
and falling action, yeah.
Yeah. Because it basically, this one doesn't even look like the ones I've seen, but it looks like a little Dorito, and it starts on one side of the Dorito with on the bottom, and it's got your setting the scene, your exposition, then a problem, then the rising action, then the climax at the very top, and then a hard drop off, like your Dorito gets cut in half practically, down to your falling action to the resolution.
Right.
So like this one basically has it's like a tent the way this movie works, right? Where it's like the biggest moment is right in the middle. Where normally the biggest moment is 3/4 through, or like closer to that point. Because that's like 1 act, 2 act, 3rd act structure. Like in your 3rd act,
That's
there's a
in
big
film.
climax.
Yeah, you're totally like
Yeah.
in stuff like writing and like books. Like that's pretty typical.
Yeah.
For the climax
So
to
I
be
figured
in the middle
musicals would
rather
be the
than to
same.
the end.
Like
Yeah, so it is. So the climax is in the middle rather than towards the end.
wait, what?
It's the climax is Defying Gravity, then we
Right.
have the falling action, then we have the resolution.
It's just weird because of that, this movie doesn't get a climax.
Right, that's the thing. That's the
Doesn't get a real
problem. Because in the stage show, you see the climax, you get your 15, 20-minute intermission, whatever it is, take a breath of air, you come back right into the falling action, then you get the
But then
resolution.
I would probably still be a guy who likes the first act better, right? Because it has a legit climax. Because that even in the stage show, it still wouldn't have a good second half moment that was as like high energy.
The
as
movie,
the first.
the stage show is all one though. There isn't two sides. We're thinking of it as two sides because they made it in two movies.
Well, there's an intermission, right? Where does the
But the
intermission happen?
intermission-
Does it not happen between movies?
The intermission would happen after Defying Gravity,
Yeah.
but that doesn't make this a separate story arc. You know what I mean? That doesn't make that different than
there's
this.
less separation.
That's still the climax, and this is still coherent with that story. But splitting it into two movies and releasing them a year apart, that does make the second movie not have a climax because they're not like a full. It's not in its entirety.
I still
it's
think
split up into two.
Weird. I think it's weird that it's done like that. Like they needed to
for the stage show or for the movie.
For the movie, they needed to find something else, and I guess the stage show too. But the movie's all I've seen.
That's the thing is what they either would have had to make, like you said, a third movie and really cut it down, or they would have to add in some other action, another climax to happen. Yeah. But they can't do that. That's the real problem with them splitting this into two.
They somehow needed to that's really all they need is a Madamorable and Alphaba showdown.
Yeah.
Like that, right? There you go. You have them brawl it out with magic in some way, and there's your climax. And you can do that with everything else. You can do that right after Alphaba reveals she's alive. And Morrible, Glinda goes to tell Morrible off, and there's Alphaba walks out from the corner. She's like, "Oh, you want to hang around?
Right.
Well, let's fucking fight it out." And then they do that. That would have worked. But yeah, that's a big thing here. That's such a massive reason for why I didn't feel the same walking out of the theater because of no climax.
Yeah, because Broadway shows are very purposely done like that. So like, you can take a breath after intermission.
Broadway story structure looks like that normally because I get. You always have a breath in the second act anyways because you always.
I'm trying to think about like the like musicals that I know that I've seen and where their intermission is. I think of like I'm trying to think. Like I'm thinking
that's actually crazy. Look at that. The Broadway narrative instead of the Dorito, it's like the Doritos even. The climax is like in the middle. Why? Why is Broadway doing
because
like that?
Then you can take a breath after intermission. Exactly what John M. Chu said about what he wanted to do of splitting this movie in half. They do that very on purpose.
Wow. That's cool. That's
like they usually sing one of their biggest like songs and then it ends.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking of like Anastasia where she sings Not in My Dream, whatever. That's Journey to the Past or whatever that song is called. And it's like the big, like, let's go, and then intermission starts, you know?
Yeah.
And that's purposely so you can take a breath and absorb everything that happened and absorb the climax, and then you can get back into it.
That's crazy.
Rather than you watch the climax, like, if...
So that's totally why the pacing feels so off. It's also just not paced well.
Well, that's the problem,
is because they don't have an anchor.
Is they don't have the same structure.
Yeah.
So when you try to split them into two movies, then you try to make two separate story arcs that are now movie story arcs.
The first one you just got lucky because it happens to work out pretty perfectly with a normal story structure.
Right. Yeah.
This one you didn't.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, what's your negative elements?
Oh god, I was gonna say the same. Can I just go with the same thing?
If you want. You got nothing else?
No. I don't think so.
I can try to think of one more if you want.
Well, we talked about that for so long that I would like to move. I still don't know if I work today, so I don't have a lot of time. So.
I'm offended.
Let's move on, shall we? To critic reviews.
Is it that time already?
It is.
Best line first, quick. Best line.
I switched that with best song. Why are we doing? Okay, let me stand on this. We need to take out best line unless you specifically
Why?
remember
I
something.
do.
Okay, then just
That's why I
say
wanted to
my
do it.
favorite line was this, okay?
it's just-
Because you try to do this best line, and then we do this thing where we stumble around what they actually try to say, and then we go, oh well, let's move on. It's so
It's
stupid.
fun, it's
It's
fun.
the most stupid category when we can't remember lines.
When we can actually find it.
Okay, what's your best line?
Thank you. It's when right at the end of your favorite song where she's like, for the first time I feel wicked.
Yep,
When they're like about to sleep together.
that's it.
That's the best line.
That's it.
All right.
Great.
I'm done, dude. Episode's ending here. I'm pressing the big red button in the middle of the yacht, and it's gonna blow this whole
It's
fucking
gonna
thing up.
explode.
All right. Critics Reviews. Critics Reviews. I feel like we're missing so many categories. Are we not?
What are we
I don't
missing?
know.
We've gone
Episode
through
1.
characters, scenes, quality, best song, best. What else could we? We've done actually more categories than we usually do. So how are we missing again?
We'll look back on it and be like, oh, we missed this one.
We didn't miss anything.
We'll
I
get it in
swear
the
to God.
next. We'll get it in the next. Critics Reviews. For the good ones, we have Manola Dargis from the New York Times. Even so, from its director to its cast, the movie is a testament to diversity, species included, as a common good, as well as to love, friendship, and solidarity. It's on the side of kindness, which itself, well, a balm.
Can you read?
I'm reading. It's the side of kindness, which is itself, well, a balm. Fresco. All right, thank you,
Okay.
Manola. And then we have Neil Minow. We know Neil Minow from Movie Mom. Yeah? Jonathan Bailey gives Fierro a quiet smolder as he goes from dancing through life to thinking about choices to following his heart. It is subtle, not a term that comes to mind when considering the joyful maximalism of Wicked. Yeah, maximalism is a perfect word for these movies. B+, Neil Minow.
Yay.
You're just not blinking, death staring into my eyes, not emoting at all.
Just move on. Come on.
For the bad, we have Coleman Splide. Not Coleman Domingo. This is Coleman Splide from Salon.com. By stretching the story to its absolute limits and removing its darkest components, there is no rousing plume of rage to compel the viewer. There is only emptiness, a hollow space where a heart should be, ready to be filled with cold, hard cash. Rotten score. What a review.
Now, see, I think this is someone who would have appreciated if they did a PG-13 rating
Me
and
too.
really upped it a little bit.
There is definitely something there about, like, I didn't hate the wizard like I felt like the movie wanted me to.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like him, but I didn't have this, like, I just watched Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, right? I don't know, it's just Harry Potter's in my mind. Umbridge, how much you're able to hate Umbridge.
Yeah.
Because of the things she does to Dumbledore and the way she talks to Harry and just, like, the amount of power she has. It's like, you hate
But
Umbridge, you want to fucking kill
the difference is the wizard is, like, known as, like, a likable guy, and Umbridge is overall, like, terrible.
Right, but in this movie, we're supposed to absolutely hate him. Like, he's supposed to be the most unlikable.
Right, but I'm
dude
saying
on this side
we'll
of the
never
Mississippi.
have that level of Umbridge because he's still always going to have that charming personality, which is why we believe that he's able to convince everyone of these things.
I don't know. Sometimes people that you like the most initially, you hate the most when they turn. You know?
Right. I'm just saying that he's so charming that we
And
are
he's
never
Jeff
going to
Goldblum. He's
hurt.
Jeff
We are
Goldblum.
never going to hate him at the level
Yeah.
we hate Umbridge.
That's a good point. She gave it a rotten score. Or he. Wendy Ide from The Observer. There's a crucial ingredient missing. Humor. Without it, the spark is extinguished. The astringency that cut through the sentimentality of the first picture is gone. Rotten score. Good point, but I think it was replaced with the dark aspects of this movie. Like,
Yeah.
it went from whimsical and happy to, like, dark and not as happy. And there's still some decent comedy here and there.
Yes.
I don't know if I completely agree. I wouldn't have liked more comedy in this. I don't think it needed it.
No, that's so idiotic.
Well, if you compare it to the first one, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, it's not at all the same thing. You don't have book place in this one. You know,
No.
like those, like, just. 'cause
Well,
it
you do
doesn't
have
work.
have a clock tick.
Clock tick. Yeah,
I
they
think
said
that's
that a lot.
funny.
In the span of like 10 minutes, they said clock tick.
I was trying
3
to think. I'm
times.
like, did they say that any time in the first movie,
think
or
they
did
did.
they ever use minute or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Apparently, they just didn't need to, and so they're like, "Fuck, we need the audience to know this. Let's use it 3 times within 10 minutes in the first 20." So we'll be good.
Yeah, the clock tick.
But yeah, she gave it a rotten score. And that is our Critic Reviews.
All right, now it's time for our ratings.
Wow. I was very much looking forward to this movie. My lens looking in was completely different than anybody else, like I mentioned. I didn't know it was gonna happen. So coming out, I was very excited. And honestly, for what it did, like shocking wise, like not knowing what was happening, getting to see it, it was crazy. Like learning that Bach is the Tin Man and Fierro is the fucking dude made of hay or whatever. Scarecrow, thank you. Yeah, Fierro's the Scarecrow was insane. Like I thought the big reveal was gonna be the fact that Glinda's dad is nope. Alphaba's dad is Jeff Goldblum. I thought that was going to be the big thing. But that wasn't the big thing, and they didn't make it the big thing either. It was pretty small, and it was because we already knew that. Now, they could have done a better job with that. I thought that the music in this one, although it wasn't as good as the first, it was great in a different way. It wasn't as, like, peppy and just upbeat and happy and, like, fucking performative as the first one. It was a lot more realistic and just grim, and it was sadder music overall. And I personally liked the first music better, but I loved it. Choreography was still amazing in this one. You know, I wish they had a little more ensemble because I loved the choreography in the last one, like Dancing Through Life, where they had so many people in the library spinning around on the like rotating walls and shit. They had a lot of just kind of duo dancing in this one. A lot of duo dancing here and there.
A lot of duo dancing.
I really think that majority of my love with this movie comes from just getting to see these character stories continued, and majority of my hate of this movie comes from the way that it was laid out. It's like the reason I don't like this as much as I like the first one, and the biggest reason for that is it just doesn't feel as epic, you know. It doesn't feel as epic, and I wanted it to like. There's this like emotional resonance that the first movie had with me, that because it was so epic and so willing to go there and just so grand, that this movie didn't have. And it's still packed in emotional, but I had to attach to the characters rather than the world and the music and just every little moment bringing that emotion to the forefront of my mind. Yeah, I think the pacing was bad. I really think the pacing was bad. I think that there are more things in this one that I could poke holes into than in the first one. But that shouldn't take away from the amount of effort that went into creating this world, and just, I don't know, the stuff they did to keep us on the outside of Dorothy, the way that story went down was awesome. There was a lot of just, just like little nods to Wizard of Oz itself or the first movie that felt natural in the context. It didn't feel like, oh, you see what we did there? It felt natural and it was like, oh yeah, this works, you know. And I don't know, for all this, I am going to end up sitting Wicked for Good a lot lower than I put Wicked Part 1. I am going to say, it doesn't feel the same. This is fresh out the film, right? We go a lot off of that initial feeling leaving the theater. This is not the same feeling. Just simply wasn't. And for that reason, I think I'm going to place Wicked for Good at a 3.9. I'm going to go just below a 4. It just didn't... There's so much more bad I can pick out in our conversation here, and my feeling is worse compared to the first movie. And I think the first movie was at like 4.5 or something. So I can't go in the vicinity there. I can't. It's a different thing entirely for me.
Okay, yeah, for me, I mean, I will have to disagree with Gio on a few points, but that is just based on my personal feeling after leaving the movie. I felt amazing after, specifically, I mean, hearing For Good, No Good Deed, like, those songs, and As Long As You're Mine, of course, were just, like, very much, like, I teared up at those 3 songs. I don't think I teared up once during the first Wicked movie.
Wow, we're the exact opposite. So that is crazy, though, right?
Yeah.
We're flip-flop.
Yeah, and I don't get me wrong, I loved the first Wicked movie. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal, but I was actually crying during this one just based on, like, purely the vocals. Like, honestly, that's what I'll give, like, it really wasn't anything else other than the amazing vocals that was making me tear up. But still, nonetheless, that is how I felt during the movie. There are obviously some problems that we talked about. Well, through this conversation, I've realized there is no way to take a stage show like this and just split it into 2 movies where the intermission goes and expect it to work perfectly and be like a perfect story. That doesn't work, and it makes me upset because it does make me think that that was just lazy, that people weren't looking into it, that they just weren't thinking about that for whatever reason, and it seems lazy. So pacing really was the biggest issue with that. Also, I really would have loved if this movie was PG-13. They could have gone a lot darker. They could have just done a lot more of it. I don't think this movie needed to be watered down for kids. I understand they do that because they can get a wider audience. They wouldn't be making all of this money if it was PG-13. But yeah, overall I really enjoyed it. I love the music from the second. I love the music from the first act as well, but from the second, just like those dark, like very like, it's kind of like an ethereal dark vibe from the songs that are just so so beautiful to listen to. The characters obviously are phenomenal. Yeah, so I think I'm still kind of thinking about it. It's just through this conversation, it just pisses me off when I feel like people are being careless with movies, especially with
Sorry, I mean, I was trying to treat this with as much care as I could. Jeez. Fucking coming at me here.
I'm not talking to you. Why are you cutting me off? Because I forgot my train of thought.
Fuck.
I don't know. I hate when it seems like people are just being careless and not fully thinking things through, especially with something like Wicked that I love so much. So yeah, I'll stop talking now. I think I'll go with the 4.1.
Wow. That's way closer to me than I thought.
Well, I know. I don't know.
I
what
had
my
you go
other
with a
score is.
4.4.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not that high. I would obviously recommend you go see it. Go see it in theaters if you haven't already. See the first one, see the second one. They're both phenomenal. You'll enjoy them.
Yeah, in theaters too for this. We got an applause after this one ended, which is great, in theaters. Led by me, of course, truly.
Of course, always.
Yeah, I think you're in a good spot. It's interesting because we both, there was a lot. I thought it was kind of be one of those conversations where we're just like at the end of it, we end up in the same area, but we don't have like a bunch of facts. We're just like, just didn't have the same feeling. But we were actually able to find a lot, specifically like that conversation about where the climax is in this, how they split it up, why they split it up like they did, and what happens in our climax, in quotation marks, if you want to call that. Like I don't know, it's just a very important conversation for this movie, and there are actually a lot of reasons as to why. I was surprised with the critic score at the beginning of this convo. Yeah. Now I'm like, okay, I can see it. It makes total sense. Still a little low. Still a little low, I think.
Yeah.
But I get it.
It makes me upset that it's like, how is that not something that anyone was thinking about?
Yep.
Like, how could we not have any type of story arc for the second half of the movie? No one even considered that. We didn't make a storyboard or anything. Like, what's going on?
Which movie did you like better then?
I don't know. It's hard for me to...
part one.
The thing is, it's hard for me to say because Wicked has always been one coherent thing for me. Yeah. Like, I would never be able to say, like, when I saw it live that I liked Act 1 or Act 2 more because they're so different, but they're both so great. I mean, I guess I would have to go with the first Wicked movie just because of how bad the pacing is, because they didn't care to, fucking fix that. So.
That is a shame.
It is.
But, not much you can do. Yeah, so you're on the first one too then. Yeah, that does kind of feel bad. It's like, well, I've been able to judge this as one coherent project all the way through, and now I have to split it up into two. It's like...
But that's the thing. If I ever rewatch these movies, I'm going to watch them together. Yeah. And I think that is going to be the best way, and it's going to be great, and I'm not going to have as many issues with the pacing. Watching at the same time to work really well. Yeah, one next to the other. Yes, perfect. We did not discuss what our next movie is.
That's all right.
Do we know?
Let's just signal to me for the future.
Gio. Future Gio.
Hello? Past Mara? Is that you? Obviously I know it is, because I'm in the future. But anyways, we have something to announce. Or wait, that's not what I'm coming. The next movie. I have to get the next movie out. So our next movie is going to be a very exciting one. It is going to be a bloody affair. Some might call it that. Most of the most common film school geek director decided to put together an absolute masterpiece, 2-part revenge story with a lot of swords and stuff. That I don't want to add too much more time to this episode. We are going to see Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, everything. So for a double fresh out the film episode next week, it's going to be Kill Bill part 1 and 2, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, that's it. So back to the show.
All right. So anything else from you?
Yes. One thing. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I do want to announce, very big announcement. This is a big moment for all of our many listeners. First, from us at Fresh Out the Film, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for listening in, using your ears, and we love doing this. Like, we really do love doing this, and we hope to continue doing it for a long, long time, and expand in all these great ways to where you can interact with us more and just, talk about movies a little bit more. Bring some people together, talking about them, and doing what we love, staying fresh. But because of all this, with the goal to scale up, I guess you could say, we have officially launched on all platforms. So, Fresh Out the Film, you can only hear our sweet voices on Spotify, but now you can officially hear it on Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify also, and more that are coming very, very soon. But pretty much the podcast player of your choice, you can now listen to Fresh Out the Film podcast now. So hop on there, leave us a review. You could be the very first one to review us. And again, just thank you so much for listening. And, we hope to have some more people getting their ears involved and hopefully also their words once the social media goes up in the future. But yeah, big news. So
Yes. Yay. All right. So with that, I'm Mara.
And I'm Gio.
So join us next week after opening weekend because waiting to talk about movies is clearly not our thing.
Well, what heavily rehearsed bit should we come up with for this coda? Because all of our codas are just bits back and forth. They're not natural at all. It's us coming up with various jokes about meat sticks and whatever other hijinks there is in the car and around.
See who's behind now.
Do you have your notes up?
Nope. I don't,
Yeah, you're behind.
but they're right here.
I do have some controversy. Bum, bum, bum.
I'm just going to do the normal and then you're going to cut me off.
Am I?
Well, you're not going to come, but after I say local movie theater parking lot, that's what we decided, yes? And then you're going to say, no, we're not.
Well, we were. And then the little back, you know what I'm talking about, right? The sound effect of like flashing back.
No, I understand. But it seems
No,
like
no,
you
I get
you
it.
don't remember what we were doing.
Just kidding. We're actually not in your local.
Yep.
No.
Gee, come
Redo it.
on.
Redo it. God damn it. That's fine. I can go in the coda.
That was like the easiest part of what you're
Shut
about
the
to
fuck up.
say.
There was a whole curveball. I forgot I had to talk about the parking lot thing. There's a whole thing. All right. Take two.
Okay.
Action. You should have said it like whimsically though, where it's like, but we were.
Okay.
No, where it's like,
I'm sorry.
where it's like, we were.
Do you
know
want
how
me
it
to
is?
retake
It's like
it?
Morgan Freeman in a flashback where it's like, but they were. It's like, or like David Attenborough or something, like in the Fishers didn't think they could make
Okay,
it to
if
shore,
you have such
but
strong opinions on the
they
we
could.
were, you should just do it.
Or
Okay.